And good evening to you. Welcome to high school football action on Central Illinois Sports, live from Paul Jenkins Field on the campus of Williamsville High School as the 2-0 Williamsville Bullets play host to the 0-2 Pittsfield Sockies. Alongside John Hull and Justin Poore, I'm Charlie Hull. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Williamsville, usually the class of the Sangamo Conference, looking to move their record to 3-0 on the season. The Sockies looking to get a victory on the left side of their record here tonight. We'll talk more about the matchup on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
Rough day at work? We all have them from time to time. But the last thing you want to worry about is coming home to your internet being out. Or even worse, waiting all day to watch the big game, only to find out it's blacked out. With Cascom, those worries are a thing of the past. Our local technicians are here to service any issues and ensure you have a worry-free experience, whether it be internet, TV, or even home phone. Call Cascom today at 1-800-252-1799 to schedule or upgrade your internet and TV service.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Welcome back to Williamsville on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. The Bullets and the Sockies here tonight on a beautiful night for high school football and one of the best small school atmospheres you're going to see here at Williamsville. The turf is now a year plus old. You'll see when we turn the camera more toward the middle of the field here in just a while, the backdrop of this field is now the new field house that includes some multi-purpose courts, some indoor basketball, an indoor track, and a place, well, big enough we understand the football team can practice if they needed to on a rainy or hot day. And just a high-class facility here, and it matches this program for the Williamsville Bullets. And Aaron Coons' squad is off to another nice start on the season as they move their record to 2-0 through week number 2. They won their first week game, 29-0 over Porter, a little deceiving because they only played a quarter and a half of that game before a storm came through, and then they beat Riverton last week 49-13. The Bullets were 12-2 last year, bowing out in the Class 3A semifinals. The Sockies on the season are 0-2, a 41-7 loss in week 1 to Athens, and then a loss to Stanford Olympia at home last week, 35-14, a game that Pittsfield led 14-7 before Stanford Olympia kind of got things rolling the right direction and the Sockies stalled out on the offensive side. This matchup here tonight on Central Illinois Sports, brought to you in part by Great Rivers Bank, our pregame sponsor. Great Rivers Bank, with locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and Hannibal, the place to go for all of your banking needs, whether you're looking for your first home loan, a car loan, or just making your first deposit. It's Great Rivers Bank. Locations throughout the region to better serve you, and always online at greatriversbank.bank. We will take a look at what else is going on around the Sangamo Conference and the area after this timeout. Stay tuned on Central Illinois Sports.
Luke and Aaron Fessler at Fessler Insurance are here to help you with all of your insurance needs. Fessler Insurance, a Country Financial agency, provides life, health, auto, home, and farm insurance. Trust your insurance needs to the local folks at Fessler Insurance. Call for a quote today at 217-285-4429 or stop by at 1165 West Washington Street in Pittsfield for Fessler Insurance.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
When I'm driving in my car with my family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and 4 of us are driving a car, we literally get excited when we see a DOT truck. It's actually a sense of pride.
Why I would encourage anyone to work at DOT. We take care of each other.
The company continues to grow and expand.
That to me is what brings me to work every day and that I enjoy.
Diversity, culture, family, all of those things, if you want them, you should be at DOT.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Croc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, Sandy, no squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to, but I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, just a little over 22 minutes away from the opening kickoff of tonight's contest between the Williamsville Bullets and the Pittsfield Sockies. Other games going on throughout the area and, well, teams you've heard of at least. South Fulton playing host to Havana. Beardstown on the road at Camp Point Central in a game you can watch on Central Illinois Sports. West Central and Carrollton are matching up this evening as well in a battle of 2 teams looking to improve their record as they both are 2-0 on the season. Route and Triopia playing at Triopia this evening. Aledo Mercer County travels to Lewiston, North Fulton this evening. East Moline and Sterling are at United Township High School. Greenfield Northwestern plays host to Pleasant Hill Western in Palmyra. West Hancock is at home against Elmwood Brimfield. Calhoun hosts the North Green Warriors. Jacksonville welcomes Sacred Heart Griffin to town. Jerseyville and Charleston in Pantherland tonight. Kewanee playing host to Mendota. Princeville on the road at Knoxville. Macomb will welcome Illini West to town. Moline is hosting Geneseo this evening. Monmouth United is at home against Oneida Rova. Riverton at New Berlin tonight. Quincy Notre Dame they're at home this evening against Mohammed Seymour. Quincy High on the road at Rock Island tonight. Rushville welcomes in Kewanee Weathersfield Anawan. And Stark County is playing host to Abington Avon in Wyoming, Illinois, not the state of. Here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, both teams out on the field finishing up their pregame warm-ups. Just, well, guys, I don't know how to tell you this. If you're a Williamsville Bullet, Justin Poor, it's kind of hard not to be excited to come out and play in a facility like this.
Oh, it's a really nice field. New field house and brand new track, turf field. Yeah, it's a nice place to play.
Kind of reminds you more of a Division III college, John.
We all thought Illinois College when they built. I mean, basically this facility was a little much for them even, and now it's kind of the expectation at that level for sure, and probably will become the expectation more and more here. Definitely pretty impressive for downstate Illinois.
Well, and this program is manned by one of the classiest coaches in the state of Illinois, and Aaron Coons. And we've talked about on the broadcast before, there's only been 2 coaches in the history of Williamsville High School, Paul Jenkins, who the field's named after, and Aaron Coons. And it doesn't take you long to figure out that Paul Jenkins is Aaron Coons' father-in-law. And since this program started, well, they've kind of just kept it in the family, and they've had a good deal of success, especially Coach Coons here with the Bullet squad. They just keep reeling off wins every year, 12-2 last season. Coach coming into the game tonight is 176-49 in his 21st year. 1 state championship, 2 second-place finishes, and too many qualifying state qualifying games to talk about, or playoff qualifying appearances to talk about, finishing second last year in the state of Illinois in Class 3A. And they just do things the right way. They don't really rebuild, they reload, and people have bought into the program here at Williamsville, and it definitely is something that is impressive to watch. The Zocchies heading back to their locker room for some last-minute pep talk, as is Williamsville. That sun will be behind the field house by the time the kickoff starts tonight, so we won't have to worry about that glaring into your screen for much longer, so bear with us on that. And in fact, we'll give you a little break as we'll hear from some of our sponsors on Central Illinois Sports, and when we come back, we'll have our interview with Zocchi head coach Zach Ferguson. Stay tuned. We're back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
The golf course has been around since 1957. When we looked at doing the deck outside, we looked at a lot of different options, but everything led back to Pike County Lumber. We looked at quality, price, and service. We wound up going with Tamco, composite decking. Pike County Lumber was great to work with.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in the tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Trucks LLC, your top diesel repair center in the greater 6 county area, is now located in their new building in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Anytime you need diesel repairs, from on-the-road emergencies to regular maintenance, just call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044. Or go to Trucks LLC on Facebook. Trucks LLC will make your diesel engines run loud and proud. When you think diesel repair, think Trucks LLC in Pittsfield.
Visiting with Zocchi head coach Zach Ferguson. Coach, tough task tonight. Williamsville, always a tough one, class of the conference, but no reason not to come in and compete and see what happens.
Right. Last week played a ranked team just like we did the week before. Williamsville's no different. They're good. I thought our kids overall competed well last week, and we just got to continue to keep improving, and we showed improvement from week 1 to week 2, so we're looking to see what, they lost a lot of guys, but they're Williamsville. They're going to have athletes, and we're going to have to do our jobs.
Well, I think at this point, that's what you're looking for. You knew it was a tough start to the season. Welcome to the Sangamo Conference, right? But if you can make those improvements every week, you're going to get to a stretch where you can be very competitive and have a chance to really win. Not saying tonight's not one of those situations, but you want to see that constant improvement.
Yeah, we want to see that improvement. We want to see, last week it was a 3-score game. We wanted, we think if we play 4 quarters that it's going to be a close game either way. They lost a lot, but they're, they kind of have a little bit of a different identity than the last 2 years as far as their offense, but they're going to be good, and we're going to have to play a full game, not just 1 or 2 quarters.
You're seeing improvements week to week, especially year over year with that, with your line play. You start looking at film and figuring out that you've got guys now getting to that second line of the defense that wasn't happening a year ago and starting to understand what they need to do and the quickness of the game in total.
Yeah, my first year here we had a pretty decent line. But again, getting to the second level was an issue last year with the sophomores that we had. It was a struggle, but this year, we're averaging about 140, 145 yards a week, and that's, last year we've already kind of got halfway to what we had our total last year in 2 games. So, seeing those guys, we make sure to mention it on film, seeing those guys get down the field, Daxton, Trace, all of them, getting to that second level and not just being happy with, getting there, but actually looking for people to block. I mean, they've improved tremendously, and I'm very proud of them for that.
Sometimes kids take advantage of being in a couple of plays and making some big plays. We saw that with Carter Frazier last week. He hadn't been targeted a whole lot for a while, but man, he made a couple of big plays, and I'm sure that helps his role grow.
No, yeah, he stepped up big time. Mac is still dealing with an ankle injury, kind of lagging. He got to the point where we needed him on one side and we needed him on defense, so that's where we kept him. And Carter stepped up. He's going to get some more playing time tonight because he kind of showed what he can do and on both sides of the ball. So I think he's a kid that again took his opportunity to show us that what he could do in a game situation, and now he's going to be able to show us more.
Sticking kind of with that same line of conversation, you've got a sophomore in alignment in Zane Perry that, quite honestly, by the time it's all said and done, you might be looking at a kid that has a next level type of frame and ability to play. Still really young right now, but he put some good reps in for you a week ago.
Yeah, he's a kid that he's him and Braxton both kind of competed all week, and they're both going to get reps tonight. And Zane's a kid too, where if we need to give somebody a blow on the O-line, he can step right in there for us. So yeah, he's got the body and the frame to really put on some weight the next couple of years and really start getting some looks at that next level, as you said, and I know he has a desire to do so. So he's again a kid that has a really good motor, and he did what we asked him to do last week, and we kind of battled through some back issues with him, but when you're growing 6 inches in a year, you're gonna start feeling that. So as I said, yeah, I'm looking forward to see what he does tonight. Him and Braxton, I think Braxton's gonna have a bounce back game, and it's gonna be fun to watch those two continue to compete all year.
How do you balance that when you might have a need of an underclassman to give you some reps, with not trying to get them overexposed to that varsity level to where it doesn't discourage them? How tough of a tightrope is that to walk?
We kind of look at it week by week on what we need, from our nose, especially our nose, and even our DNs, where if we're playing a team that does things like we do on the offensive side, like Williamsville does, we know that Forshe's probably a good option for us. Where if we need guys who are like last week, who when they're cutting and stuff, they got to move and be a little more athletic. Zane fit that profile. So we kind of look at it a week by week basis. But as you said, yeah, we don't want them to get discouraged or think they're not doing well, because we wouldn't put you in there if you're not doing well, and they wouldn't stay in there if they're not doing well. So it's one of those things where, yeah, you kind of got to look at, we've got some sophomores that have gotten some reps on some varsity games, but they're not ready. Most of them are not ready for that full-time varsity exposure.
And that's nothing against the kids individually. No. Quite honestly, you look at this conference, there's not very many of these programs playing sophomores.
No, and it's a very junior, senior heavy team. I mean, Williamsville starting all eight seniors they have, plus 3 or 4 juniors. I mean, that's it. I mean, there's some sophomores on their special teams, but not very many. I mean, they got enough kids that they're basically having juniors on their special teams. So, yeah, it's not a detriment to any of the kids. It's just the level of the competition that we play. Especially our start of the season, you're not going to see very many sophomores out there.
You start off, and it's kind of ironic, you play against the two teams that run a very similar style of offense, which is completely different than what anybody else in the conference runs outside of Porta. It's a different animal. But these next couple of weeks, really, your defensive scheme matches up better with what their offensive scheme is for your opponents.
And that's always the hard part for us is we practice again, with our defense all summer, and then we turn around and we try to get an extra week of practice with Ethan's offense, but it's so hard to replicate that, especially if they have the athletes that they have this year. And then, you go from Athens, who, is not a Reed team, to, Olympia, which is the same formations, but a Reed team, it's hard for anybody. That's why Athens has the success they do, because it's so hard to prepare for. We only have one team in the conference really running what they run. So, we feel like our kids will be much more comfortable this week, and they've shown it. And, added a few wrinkles to kind of try to give them a different look than they're used to. But we feel like our kids are happy with we have a good game plan on both sides, I feel like.
I guess the biggest thing is you have to start to work away from that here we go again mentality when things don't go right. You have to take that as a challenge and try to overcome some of those things.
Yeah, that's what we've preached all week about that is, last week when things started kind of going bad, we kind of not necessarily hung our head, but kind of quit believing that, we could play with them, and we can. I mean, if you watch the film first half, it probably should have been a 21-7, 21-14 game. So, we're looking forward to our kids continuing to grow mentally as well as physically, and hoping that, we want to try to play a 4-quarter game tonight and see how it goes.
That's Socky head coach Zach Ferguson. We're back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Welcome back to Williamsville. The sun is setting behind the field house here. It's just about reached a quarter of the way behind there, and it's time to take a look at our starting lineups. As always, they are brought to you by Farm and Home Supply. Farm and Home Supply, from snacks and hoodies to power tools and lawn chairs, no other place has it all like your local Farm and Home Supply. Learn more at farmandhomesupply.com. We'll meet the visiting team, the Pittsfield Sockies. Zach Ferguson, the head coach. 0-2 on the season are the Sockies. They'll start at center. Daxton Nutter, he's a 5'10", 275-pound junior. At the left guard is Jaron White, the 6'4", 285-pound junior. And Tracer Mowen starts at the left tackle. He's a senior, 6'2", 240 pounds. On the right side, Owen Shaw, a 6'1", 200-pound junior. And the right tackle is Clayton Reinhardt, the 6'1", 185-pound junior. Wideouts for the Sockies, McKelvey Moore, the 5'8", 160-pound senior. Connor Allen, the 6'3", 195-pound senior. Justin Pinnock, the 6'2", 130-pound senior. And Isaac Helms, the 5'10", 150-pound senior. In the backfield, good to see him back for the Sockies. Lane Foster, the 5'9", 130-pound junior. And the quarterback is the senior Javen Petty, 6'1", 175 pounds. For Aaron Coons' 2-0 Bullets of Williamsville, Will Fuhrer starts at the center spot. He's a 6'3", 285-pound junior. Mason Buckman starts at the left guard. He stands 6 foot tall, 240 pounds, and is a junior. Caden Call is the right guard. He is a junior as well, 6'2", 270 pounds. Matthew Crouch will man the left tackle position. Crouch is a 6'3", 280-pound junior, and the right tackle is Carson Beatty. Beatty starting at the tackle spot as a junior, 6'3", 235 pounds. 3 split ends in this starting lineup. Carson Keller, he is a split end senior, 6'2", 195 pounds. Fletcher Gladden will start at a wideout spot as well, a 6', 165-pound junior. And Braylon Singer mans the tight end spot. He's a 6'2", 220-pound senior. In the slot will be Mason Lideker. We remember his name last year, a 5'9", 165-pound senior. Braddock Cates starts at the running back position. He's a 5'11", 180-pound junior. And the quarterback is Josh Cates. He is a 5'11", 170-pound senior for the Bullets. Again, the Bullets 2-0 on the season. Wins over Porta and Riverton early on the season for Williamsville. So several undefeated teams still in the conference, 2 of them matching up tonight, Athens and Stamford Olympia. In Olympia in what should be a good matchup. Of course, Murrah Forsyth is also undefeated, as is this Williamsville squad. The Sakis, Riverton, and Porta all sit at 0-2 on the year. Everybody else in the conference is 1-1 here on the young season. The sun is setting, the birds are chirping, there's not a cloud in the sky, a little bit of a breeze blowing across the field here from our right to our left, also known as, well, that would be the north to the south, I would say. So a little bit of wind out of the north. Gonna expect to see some fall weather coming in here before too long here in central Illinois. We are just minutes away from kickoff on tonight's broadcast on Central Illinois Sports. We step aside here. We'll get set with our keys to the game next.
Jersey's World! Jersey's World! Party time! Excellent! Party on, James! Party on, Todd!
Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer! We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio. All at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Prairie Land FS provides complete seed and application service. Our trained energy specialist, along with our crop specialist, can help you take your farming to the next level. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
Welcome back. Thanks to Great Rivers Bank for being our pregame sponsor, as they are each and every time that we bring you a broadcast here on Central Illinois Sports. Again, you'll find Great Rivers Bank in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and Hannibal, and online at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. On the campus of Williamsville Junior Senior High and Paul Jenkins Field, it's the Williamsville Bullets and the Pittsfield Sakis tonight on Central Illinois Sports. And Justin Poore, we talked about this team from Williamsville, finishing second in the state last year, but they've lost some of that firepower. They had a really strong senior class a year ago. Not that you expect Williamsville to ever be down, because they're never down, but man, they had a special class a season ago.
I read today that they graduated quite a few players, and they're only returning 8 seniors, but out of those 8, 6 of them are returning starters from last year. So they still have plenty of people to fill the spots that they lost.
Always good numbers. We saw their freshmen last night at Glen C. Smithfield. They won that game rather handily against the Saki freshman squad, but about 25 freshmen strong. So the numbers of the program look to be as strong as ever here for the Bullets. And again, just one of the classier programs as well. They win with grace. They're always respectful to their opponents. You talk about a game day atmosphere here at this facility. You see a lot of the young people running off the field right now after they welcome the Bullets onto the field. And the band played. Heck, the band played the Pittsfield school song here in front of the fans here. It's just a very classy place. And Justin, that starts with a head coach. And you know, you can be successful winning football games. Man, Aaron Coons takes it to another level.
Well, I think that comes with just being here for a long time, too. You kind of get to make it your home when you don't turn over coaches time and time again. You really have time to not only work on a football team, but you can work on your entire program.
It is impressive. We understand the Sakis won the opening coin flip. They will be kicking off as they deferred to the second half. expecting Williamsville to have back deep Mason Lideker, who is a key cog to this squad. And one of the guys of the Sockies really have to account for tonight. Tucker Cook getting the ball teed up here on the 40-yard line. He'll kick into the wind, although it has died down slightly as the flags on the goalpost aren't flapping nearly as heavily as they were when we first arrived here in Williamsville just after 5:30. Bullets are in the home yellow uniforms with the purple pants and the white numbers. The Sockies are in the whites tonight with the red numbers and red pants. Cook is ready to go, the junior kicker for Pittsfield. Understand we might see him on the offensive side some tonight as well, as some different looks for Pittsfield. Looking forward to seeing that as well. Lideker back deep. Also back there appears to be Jackson Sanders. The ball will be kicked on the ground. It'll be taken by the deep man around the 20-yard line. 25-30, breaks the tackle and taken down on the play on a good tackle by the Sockies. Jaden Moore on the stop. Returner at that time was Cashton Conkrite. He takes the ball out to the just shy of the 40-yard line, mark it down at the 39, and that's where Williamsville will start 1st and 10 at their own 39. 11 minutes, 56 seconds to play in the game's opening quarter.
Expect to see a lot of plays tonight, Charlie, as both teams run no huddle.
They like to get up and go, don't they? Williamsville a little more of a pace no huddle. Pittsfield kind of gets up and takes their time a bit. Cates will be in the shotgun, a single receiver wide to either side. He's got two backs standing to his left and an offset eye. He'll try a hard count, nearly drew the Sockies off sides. Now looks to the sideline for a play call. 9 seconds on the play clock. He'll put the back in motion, now standing to his right. He'll keep it himself on the quarterback keeper. Sockies hit him in the backfield, bounces off of a couple of men, still on his feet across the 40. Tries to get the corner, taken down at the 45-yard line, stopped by McKelvey Moore. 6-yard gain on the play. This brings up a 2nd down and 4. A couple of opportunities for Pittsfield, though, to get an early stop in the backfield, and Cates proved to be a tough customer when it comes to bringing him down. Here's another play quickly to the line of scrimmage. Ball handed off, first man through, and the Sockies into the host of tacklers this time. Ball carrier is Joshua Cates. He'll get back to the 45. That's no gain, no loss, and it is 3rd down and 4. Quick to the line is Williamsville on a 3rd and 4 with 11 minutes, 17 seconds to play in this first period.
This pace will tire you out if you're not used to it also.
Cates is in the shotgun. He's back to pass for the first time. Throws right, has his man at the 50-yard line. Is going to be taken down again by Moore up to the 45, a gain of 10 on the play. Pass that time was caught by Lideker, his first catch of the night, 10-yard, and a 1st and 10 for the Bullets up to the Socky 45. So fresh set of downs here. Cates again in the shotgun, hands it off to his man that has the same name on the back of his jersey, and Braddock Cates. He'll take it to the 40-yard line, a gain of 5 yards on the play. It brings up a 2nd down and 5.
Charlie, I'm just tired watching him.
To the 40-yard line. Good pace now here as Cates is in the shotgun. He'll keep it himself on a designed quarterback run. Gets outside as the Sockies didn't have contained. Still on his feet. One man to beat. 15, 10, 5, and to the end zone goes Cates for the first touchdown of this contest. A 40-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Joshua Cates, and the Bullets lead 6-0 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Sockies had the defensive end right where they wanted him to be, but kind of got sucked inside and didn't keep contained. Cates able to break through a few arm tackles, and he ran for the first score of the night. On for the extra point is Will Zinn. Will Zinn is a 5'7", 140-pound junior. The hold is down. The kick is up. It's a line drive kick. It appears to be good, and the officials tell us that it is. Williamsville jumps on top early in this contest. A big run on the design play by the quarterback. 10 minutes, 27 seconds to play in the first as you watch high school football action on Central Illinois Sports.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
A drive that started at the Williamsville 39, just 4 plays later, a 40-yard run by the quarterback Joshua Cates, and Williamsville with an early 6-0 lead on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Trucks, for all of your diesel repair needs, 217-922-0044. Now Cates has it teed up, ready to kick it off. Sockies have a number of players back deep. A little pooch kick going to be headed toward the sideline. It goes out of bounds. And so it went out of bounds at about the 33. Pittsfield will get it up at the 35, John. And that's where the Sockies will start first and 10 for the first time tonight on the offensive side with 10:27 to play here in the first.
Kick out of bounds there. We saw that a lot in the freshman game last night also from Williamsville. I'm not completely convinced after seeing it on the varsity that that's not almost the goal. Limit
would be strange.
Limit returns and see what happens. I mean,
yeah, this does seem odd, but you could be right.
Maybe if you're not strong on special teams, it's good idea.
They did it all but once in the freshman game, I believe, last night. So
here come the Sockies in the spread. 2 receivers wide right, 2 to the left. Petty's in the backfield with the back standing directly to his left from the 40-yard line is where they started here, Justin, and a penalty flag early on. And it looks like we have an illegal procedure against the Sockies, so that'll move it back to the 35 and bring up a 1st and 15.
I was trying to give them 5 yards back.
Did the rule change, Charlie, or are we?
Well, it depends on where it went out of bounds.
Oh,
maybe
okay, that's true. Maybe it went out at the 40. That could be.
Well, maybe it went out at the 35, and you get 5 yards plus that.
I think you're right.
So Pittsfield on a 1st and 15 here. Just underway in the first period. Williamsville at the early 7-0 advantage. Petty stands in the shotgun. He is going to hand it off to the running back, David Smyer. Not much of a push there. Going to get across the 45 near the 37-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. This will bring up a 2nd down and 13.
I definitely need more line push there in order to gain some bigger yardage.
No huddle offense for the Sockies, but again, a little more methodical than Williamsville's get it and go type of style. 2 receivers to the right. It's Connor Allen in the slot on this side. Way out wide near the sideline is Pinnock. Petty in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Picked up the low snap. Heaves it downfield. Looking deep, and it's picked off. Cates, the safety, with the interception. Still on his feet here. Going to try to run this one back across the 50-45 and is ridden out of bounds by Jaron White. But an INT by the man who also plays quarterback on the other side. Justin, you talked about that in the pregame. He's playing safety as well, and he showed you right there why, as he picks off Javen Petty at the 9:42 mark here of the first period. You see Cates playing deep safety back there and picked it off on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay, and then a nice return down his own sideline.
Petty kind of threw it up for grabs there.
Timeout by Pittsfield. We'll pause as well. 9:42 to play in the first. Bullets on top, 7-0.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
9:42 to play here in the first. Williamsville with the early advantage, 7-0. Pittsfield called the timeout, trying to regroup as they threw the quick interception after giving up the quick touchdown to start tonight here at Paul Jenkins Field. Here comes Cates and company once again. We saw a couple of quarterback runs by the senior, including a 40-yard touchdown run. He has Braddock Cates standing to his left deep in the backfield, going to hand it off to him this time on a run right up the gut. Sockies will take him down just outside the 40 to the 41-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play. This results in a 2nd down and 5. Socky linebacker is going to have to fill a little quicker. You can't give up 5 yards every time they move the ball down the field. 2nd and 5 here. Cates in the deep gun. He'll again hand it off to Braddock Cates along the right side. Breaks through a couple of arm tacklers, has the 1st down and more to the 32-yard line. A gain of 9 yards on the play, and another 1st and 10 for the Bullets.
Williamsville certainly makes you work on the defensive side with that pace, and they're used to it. You may not be, and
they're right back at it. Cates going to run it himself now, left side, looking for running room. Is grabbed in the backfield and is going to be taken down. Good play that time. I think that's Tucker Cook on the tackle. He'll give him forward progress near the original line of scrimmage. Called a loss of 1 to the 33. This brings up a 2nd down and 11. Good tackle by Cook. That was wrestler hands. He really put those to use that time. Didn't let him out of his grasp. Cates in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Way deep, setting up a screen pass. It's going to be sniffed out by the Sockies. Again, Cook has the man in the backfield, and he takes him down. The receiver that time was Braddock Cates. He's going to lose big yardage back to the 45-yard line. A loss of 12 on the play, and this brings up a 3rd down and 24.
Good couple of plays by Cook there to take some yardage away from Williamsville.
To the 45 on a 3rd down and 24 yards to go. Trips right. Cates puts Braddock Cates in motion. He's back to pass. Looking downfield, quick hitter, right side. Has his man. That's got to be Lideker, doesn't it? And he is taken down. Is it Lideker, Justin?
Yes,
it
sir.
was. All right, down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 10 on the play. And this will bring up a 4th down and 14. 4-down territory for the Bullets at the Socky 35-yard line. He actually kind of got tripped up by the turf monster that time, I thought.
Looked that way.
Cates in the shotgun, back to pass. Clean pocket here. Now a man comes through. He gets it off downfield, and it is going to be offensive pass interference, I believe is what we're going to have called here. But let's wait and see.
Good coverage that time by Helms.
I thought Helms, I agree, got great coverage, and I looked like the man, I think, pushed off, and I think this will be offensive pass interference.
Yeah. Carson Kohler, number 7.
Let's look at the replay here. You'll see it on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay. Good coverage by Isaac Helms, and the Sockies get a 4 and out here, and the defense responds well after giving up an early touchdown. Saw the man kind of shove off of Helms, and good coverage by the senior captain for the Sockies. So a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield. Ball is at their own 35-yard line. 7 minutes, 41 seconds to play in the first. Sockies have run 2 offensive plays, a run by Davidsmeyer and an interception thrown by Petty here in the early going. Let's see what they can do on their 2nd drive of the night. Down 7-0. With the ball back in their possession. 2 receivers wide to either side as we see Carter Frazier is checked in near the sideline this time. They'll hand it off to Davidsmeyer running left. Has a couple of blockers out in front, but a nice job by the Williamsville linebacker to break through and stop the Sockies for a gain of nothing on the play. It's a 2nd and 10 from the 35. Had White leading the charge, but a man kind of slipped inside of him, and so he took down the ball carrier and Davidsmeyer. Trips right this time? No, looks like Petty's just coming from the sideline. Now he will move the receivers to the right. Trips right, single man wide out to the left-hand side. And Petty stands in the shotgun on the 2nd and 10. He's back to pass. Has some time. Looking for Connor Allen near the sideline. Has the catch. Trying to get forward. Not much there. Out to the 37-yard line. A gain of 2. And this will result in a 3rd down and 8 yards to go. Pass that took a little bit to develop that time. And with 7:01 to play here in the first. Clock stopped as they'll say Allen went out of bounds. It is a 3rd down and 8 yards to go. Way out to the left-hand side for the Sockies. That's
Isaac Helms.
Isaac Helms. He's a mile away. They'll hand it off in the backfield. Ball carrier this time for Pittsfield is Carter Frazier, and they ran that jet sweep, and it went backwards down to the 30. A loss of 7 on the play. This will bring up a 4th and 15 and a punting situation for Pittsfield.
Charlie, you're a big fan of that play still, aren't you?
I do not like it a bit, actually, Sam, I am. 6 minutes, 39 seconds and counting in the first. Cook will be back to punt from his own 15-yard line. Lideker back there, and we'll get the other man here in a second. He'll put his foot into this one. A high kick. Lideker retreating back near his 38-yard line. Pass it across the 40. And down around the 50 now. Trying to run away from a man. Blocker out in front, and is taken down again by Tucker Cook. Playing the safety valve, but not before he runs it all the way back to the 37-yard line of the Sockies. And Williamsville with good field position with 6 minutes, 14 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Good return by Mason Lideker. We told you he is dangerous with the ball in his hands, and he showed it there as he ran all the way across the field. Only not able to break away from Cook at the end, but sets his team up in good field position from the 37-yard line. So time of possession being dominated here by Williamsville in the early going. 2 receivers wide to either side. Cates in the shotgun. He is back to pass, looking to his right. That ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage by Connor Allen. Incomplete as it falls harmlessly to the turf. And this will bring up a 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10 for Williamsville. Trips left, single receiver to the right. 7 yards deep in the backfield is Cates. He fakes the handoff, going to find Lideker on the left side. Low pass, went down and got it, 35, 30-yard line. Whoop! Little how do you do. Cuts back across and is taken down near the 25-yard line. That'll be enough for a 1st down on a gain of 12 on the play.
Luke Archer did a good job of staying with him to get the tackle, keeping him out of the end zone there, as he was a slippery little fella.
Just under 6 minutes to play in the first. Cates and the Bullets back to the line here quickly. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Saki stay home and get another nice tackle. Out of this time, Draven Peterbow on the stop for Pittsfield. 2nd down and 11 on a loss of 1. So 2nd and 11 from the 26. Good job by Peterbow. We get a chance to get Williamsville to slow down a bit. We'll have more replays. 2 receivers to the right. Cates is rolling right, has some pressure, steps up to avoid the rush, throws it near the sideline. That pass is in and out of the hands of Fletcher Gladden. It is incomplete. And we'll take a look at that play previous where Peterbow did a nice job to stay home and make a stop for the Sockies on the Northwestern Mutual. Instant replay, Sheila Davidsmeyer in Pittsfield. Good stop, wrapped him up, drove him down. Clock stops with the incompletion. 5:23 left here in the first quarter. Williamsville on another 3rd and long. 3rd and 11 this time. Cates in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Looking right. There's Lideker once again. Trying to get to the sideline. Breaks a tackle and is taken out of bounds. It looks like he's near the 20. Call it the 18-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play. And this will result in a 4th down and 3. Might see a hard count here from the Bullets.
Buck on his jump on the first play. It'd be a good time to use it.
4th down and 3. Hard count. And the Sockies jump, but not enough offsides. The officials say they did not cross the ball. 4th and 3. Let's see if they just get that little quarterback around here to the left side again. 5:15 left in the half. Nope, little RPO action, and it is caught. Lideker breaks a tackle. He's taken down, but across the goal line for the 2nd touchdown of the night. 5:07 to play here in the first period. On an 18-yard connection from Cates to Lideker, Williamsville takes the 13-0 lead. Lideker, it's no secret, he's their main weapon on the wideout spot, and they'll go to him 10-15 times every night. Zinn in for the extra point attempt. He was good on his first one, and this time he is good again. It makes it 14-0 Bullets on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. There's nothing fancy here. They just say, get it to Lideker. Let him go to work. 5 minutes, 7 seconds left in the opening quarter. Bullets 14, Sockies nothing on Central Illinois Sports.
Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
I'm not sure if there's a better checking account around.
We will pay the highest checking account interest rate that we have right now. It is a very generous 4.07 APY.
As far as ID Secure goes,
it gives you protection with credit monitoring.
So the peace of mind of that's very nice.
5:07 to play in the first. It's a 14-0 Williamsville advantage here over the Sockies after the touchdown catch and run by Mason Lideker. Cates will now try the onside attempt, and Williamsville is going to recover it. He got his own onside kick, a la Pat McAfee. And the Bullets will take over 1st and 10 at the Socky 49.
Socky's set up with everybody kind of behind the 45, and
watch this.
He said, I got plenty of room, I'll take it.
He kind of comes up, and he's just going to follow it, mine. And Pittsfield just did not do a very good job of that front line at all, aggressively going after the football, almost like they were trying to stay away from it that time, and that just cannot happen. So the Bullets recover on the onside kick in Socky territory from the 49. Cates in the shotgun, trips right, puts a man in motion. Going to throw it to Cates to the right-hand side. In the backfield, going to break a tackle this time, cuts back inside, and is taken down just shy of the first down mark, near the 43-yard line, a gain of 6 on the play, and this will result in a 2nd down and 4. It looks like Williamsville is very quick once again, and Masaki's having a little trouble keeping up with that speed. Cates in the gun once again. He'll hand it off to Braddock Cates, left side. Taken down on a nice tackle by Owen Shaw at the 41. A gain of another 2 yards, and this is a 3rd and 2. Really good tackle by Shaw that time, but the man did have a 2-yard gain. If they give that up again, that'll result in a 1st down for the Bullets. Cates and company on the move with 4 minutes, 22 seconds left of the first quarter and a 14-0 game. Looks to the sideline now to see if they want to switch up the play call.
Kind of called the hard count first, didn't get anybody to jump that time.
Cates on the quarterback keeper, running to the right-hand side, has the 1st down as he slips through. Archer in on the stop for the Sakis. Down to the 36-yard line, a gain of 5, and another 1st and 10 for Williamsville. And Justin, those are adding up in a hurry tonight.
Quarterback Josh Cates is at 49 yards for the night, and Braddock is at 21.
And another 1st down from the 36-yard line for the gold and purple Williamsville Bullets. Little RPO again. Lideker gets it. 35 is taken down near the 30. Good open field tackle again by Luke Archer. A gain of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4. Lideker has been the main target when the ball has gone in the air. Real Net and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport. Your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Stop by and see Real Net and Twine just north of Pittsfield. Cates looking downfield, picked up nearly off the ground this time by the receiver. All the way down to the 15-yard line. Guess who? Lideker, a gain of 15 and a 1st and 10.
They move him around a lot, don't they?
He is a quick little fella.
Not very big, but he is quick.
Tell you who's got to be in good shape at Williamsville, the chain gang. You're moving, boys. 3:09 left in the first.
The young man's game.
Tom Shaw on the sideline raising the roof. All right. Quarterback is under center for the first time. Going to hand it off to Braddock Cates on the right side. Down to the 11-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6. 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Quickly to the line of scrimmage again with the wishbone formation. Cates takes the snap. It's Braddock Cates again. Right side. Runs through one tackler. Down to the 6. A gain of 5. And a 3rd and 1 here.
Williamsville says we can play spread and we can play power football too.
Yeah, they're not afraid to mix it up. Forshee coming in to try to clog up that middle for the Saki defense. A 3rd and 1 from the 5. Just over 2:20 to play in the first. Cates takes the snap. He'll keep it himself on a design quarterback run. Trying to get outside. Archer does a nice job to turn him back in this time for the linebackers to come in and make the stop. That time Owen Shaw gets the tackle, but a tremendous job by Archer. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 3 after a loss of 2 on the play. Back to the 7-yard line. 4th and 3. Will Williamsville kick here, or will they go for it?
I wondered the same thing, but the kicker does not appear to have come on.
1:50 left in the first, and it looks like the Bullets will indeed go for it here on a 4th and 3. From the Saki 7-yard line, they're up to the line of scrimmage in the wishbone once again. The quarterback, Cates, takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Braddock Cates, right side, has a big hole, and he's got a touchdown. He got the guard to come around and plow the way for him this time, and Williamsville punches it in on a 7-yard run by Braddock Cates. And the Bullets lead 20-0, 1:35 to play here in the first. Zen will be on for the extra point attempt here. He's 2 for 2 this evening. And the hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is another line drive, and it once again is good. Bullets are like they're shot out of a cannon here tonight. They take an early 21-0 lead on the back of Braddock Cates from 7 yards out. Williamsville 21, Pittsfield nothing.
Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs.
Well, this time it's Braddock Cates from 7 yards out, and the Bullets lead 21-0. And Justin, they look like a well-oiled machine to start this night.
Oh, absolutely. They're doing it on special teams and running and passing the ball.
1 minute, 35 seconds still to play in the first quarter on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. And Cates will be ready to kick this one off again. He recovered his own onside kick the last time around. Plains leads Auburn 14-8 with 3:48 to play in the first period of their contest. Camp Point Central leads Beardstown 20-0. 4:16 to play in the first there. Cates is ready to go. It's a little bit of a different formation on the kickoffs that the Bullets run. And he'll kick a little pooch kick over the middle. Saki's come up and get it. Man with the ball this time looks to be Jaden Moore. And he'll be taken down after a short return. Moore, the sophomore, out to the 37, and that's where the Sakis will start first down and 10 yards to go. I want to remind you, the Pike County Health Department, in conjunction with the Adams County Health Department, will be holding a drive-through flu clinic on September 23rd, 10 a.m. to noon, at the Pike County Highway Building number 4. That's the former JDL buildings. Individuals wishing to receive a vaccine should bring their insurance cards and photo ID. First and 10 for the Sakis, trailing 21-0 from their own 37-yard line. 1:21 to play here in the first quarter. I'll have Lane Foster in for the first time of the day in the running back spot. Try to run him between the tackles, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more, nothing less. And this will be a 2nd and 10.
Foster not really a between the tackles back. More give him some space and see what happens.
2nd and 10 here with under a minute to play in the first. Nutter, the center, gets a good snap to the quarterback, Petty. Going to get it outside this time. That's Carter Frazier. Frazier, the big gain, and he's trying to break away, and is taken down inside Bullet territory. The ball comes out at the end, but they're going to mark him down by contact at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, the ground cannot cause the fumble, and that's what happened.
Gain of 16 yards on the pass to Carter Frazier, and this kid, Justin, is showing he wants to play. He had 2 big catches last week.
Yeah, continuing here tonight. I'd like to see some of these seniors get involved too. We haven't really seen much out of Pinnock or Allen or Moore.
Yeah, and those are guys who also can be very dynamic for the Sakis. 2 receivers to either side. Petty on the gun. He's back to pass again. Deep drop back. Gets it to Foster, looking to break away, and has no blocking on the screen pass this time. He gets to the 50-yard line. That's a loss of 2 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 12, and that likely could be the final play here of the first quarter. And I believe the Sakis will, with 10 seconds left, allow that to be the reality of what's going to happen here. So we head to the second period. It's the Williamsville Bullets 21, the Pittsfield Sakis nothing. Glad you're with us tonight on Central Illinois Sports.
The Farm Stand, located at 405 East Park Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is the place to go when you're looking for a fresh, homemade meal. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Farm Stand has a full breakfast and lunch menu. Enjoy breakfast favorites such as biscuits and gravy, pancakes, French toast, and the loaded breakfast burrito. For lunch, check out the great selection of sandwiches, salads, paninis, and more. You'll never leave hungry when you visit the Farm Stand in Camp Point.
This is Rusty Mixer with Mixer Lumber Company. For years, we have provided quality products and service for all your building needs. New homes, garages, machine sheds, and shops, and we still do. Now we are proud to be partners with Rochester Modular Homes. We now have more options for you if you are thinking of building your new home. We are located in Clayton, Illinois, and our phone number is 217-894-6412.
Ready to start the second quarter. It's been all Williamsville in the first. The Sakis trying to make something happen as we head into the second quarter of play here. They'll have a 2nd and 12, ball right at the 50-yard line.
Both teams started to line up on their former sides of the ball and didn't realize they needed to switch.
2nd and 12 for Pittsfield here. 2 receivers to the left. Slow snap. Petty picks it up. He's back to pass. Now he's in a little trouble. Rushes out to his right. Heaves it downfield, and it's incomplete. Intended receiver that time for the Sakis appeared to be Taylor Graham. That'll be an incomplete pass. Stop the clock and bring up a 3rd and 12. Graham, the sophomore, in for the Sockies at the wideout spot this time. Illini Express here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. You'll find Illini Express on the south side of the square in Pittsfield. They are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and they can see you for a variety of things, including poison ivy. Illini Express. Learn more at IlliniHospital.org.
Charlie, do you know that from a personal...
Allegedly.
Oh, okay.
Petty going to hand it off to Foster, looking to get outside here, trying to turn the corner, and is absolutely smoked in the backfield. Meet Colin Burge that time on the stop. Did Lane Foster to the 45, a loss of 5. And this brings up a 4th down and 17. And again, the Sockies have some speed. Their advantage against teams like Williamsville is not running across the field east to west. They've got to get north and south. Into punt is Tucker Cook here for Pittsfield on a 4th and 17. Lideker back deep. Maybe try to kick it away from him this time. And he'll kick a high kick toward the sideline. It'll go out of bounds. I'm going to guess at about the 28. Let's see where the official tells us. We'll mark that out after we watch this last play by the Williamsville defense. Look at this.
Good call, Charlie.
Foster gets outside, and here comes Burge. Boom! For the stop.
Burge is one of those returning starters. He is actually a 3-year starter. Probably knows what he's doing on defense a little bit.
They will set the ball at the 28-yard line of Williamsville after a good punt by Cook. 11:07 to play here in the first half. 21-0 Bullets on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Trucks, you'll find in the industrial park in Pittsfield. They have all of the folks there to help you with your diesel repair needs. Check them out on Facebook. That's TRUX Trucks. Cates in the gun. He'll hand it off to Braddock Cates, running right up the middle. Tripped up over the pile, this time to the 30-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Yeah, it'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Not a lot of fancy running when they run it with Braddock Cates, but have always gotten positive yardage so far tonight. Joshua Cates. He is in the shotgun once again. 2 receivers out to his left. He'll fake the handoff. Going to pass it on a little quick hitter to Lideker once again. He's got the 1st down and more. Up across the 45 to the 46-yard line. A pickup of 16 yards and a 1st and 10 for the Bullets.
Lideker is definitely the main man on the receiving side.
Oh, you think? I hadn't noticed.
Has anyone else had a reception tonight, Justin?
Sure. Cates, he's got 2.
Oh, okay.
2 for negative 6 yards.
Oh, okay.
Here's a little bit of a low snap. They'll hand it off to the big running back this time. And this time the ball carrier not going to get much. Let's see who comes up off the pile with that one. That looked to be, what number is that young man wearing?
Something, 16?
16.
That is Braylon Singer. He gets no gain on the play. It's 2nd and 10. Key in on the stop for the Sockies. 2nd and 10 from the 46. Back to pass. Looking deep. Lideker leaps. And it's picked off. Picked off this time by the Sockies on the INT for Pittsfield. Picking that one out of the air is Joe Ladner. So Ladner with the takeaway for the Sockies. They gave one away earlier. This time Ladner able to take it right back for Pittsfield and his 1st interception of the year. A senior for the Sockies stepping up on the defensive side, and it'll be a turnover for Williamsville with 9:55 to play in the half. Sockies take over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. They were looking for Lideker. It was a little overthrown, and Ladner was right there as the recipient. Petty's in the shotgun, puts Frazier in motion. Going to hand it off to him on the jet sweep, but not before penalty flag flies, and I think we'll see a false start called here.
Yeah, illegal procedure is what the far man signaled.
So this will be a 1st and 15. Back him up 5 yards to the 25. Bowlers Universe, hey, they're the place to go. Always a good time at Bowlers Universe in West Pittsfield. Bowling leagues just started. You could probably still get caught up after week 1. They're open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays until midnight. Saturdays, 4 to midnight. Come out and enjoy all the fun at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield. 1st and 15 now for the Sockies following the 5-yard penalty. 2 receivers wide to either side. Petty in the shotgun. Going to keep it himself. Now a little RPO of his own. Hits Frazier for a quick hitter on the run. Going to get minimal gain on the play to the 27. 2-yard pickup. It's a 2nd and 13. Petty kind of throwing that one on the run, and he took a pretty good shot from the defender that time. Saki's look to the sideline for the play call here. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Petty in the gun with Davidsmeyer checking in at the running back spot. Javen Petty is back to pass, has some time, looking downfield, overthrown, and well overthrown, in fact, incomplete. The defender, the closest man to the ball. That'll stop the clock and bring up a 3rd down and 13 yards to go for Pittsfield.
It looked like maybe Petty and Frazier were kind of on different pages there, as the ball was thrown like Frazier was going to keep going out, and he kind of turned back.
Honestly, I think the Sakis might have some more luck with some shorter passes. They're really trying to go farther downfield. Petty has time, but, man, pretty good coverage by Williamsville and the defensive backfield. 9:12 to play in the half as the clock stops at the incompletion.
Saki line is protecting Petty very well. I mean, there's a few that squirt through every now and again, but for the most part, they're giving him plenty of time to throw.
And now he's going to get sacked, as you say that.
That's what I get for talking.
He'll get taken down this time by Colin Burge once again. And this will result in a loss on the play back to the 21-yard line. That's a loss of 6. And it's 4th down and 19, and another punting situation for Pittsfield. So again, going the wrong direction on the offensive side with the Sakis on that drive. Here's Cook's kick, and end over end kick has really boomed this one. Liddicker let off hit him, and then he does pick it up, but it's taken down right away. Back to the 30-yard line. On the stop for the Sakis again was Jaden Moore. He's been active, and a good punt and a good coverage that time by the special teams. And that is Williamsville will take over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line, but well covered that time by Pittsfield.
The punt really drove Liddicker back, and then it bounced up and popped him in the chest. I'm not sure that he really wanted that to happen at that point. I think he was just going to let it bounce away, but
Jaden Moore using his lots of speed. That kid is super fast.
He plays with a lot of intensity, too. I really like his moxie that he brings to the game. Here are the Bullets once again. They've scored 3 times tonight, starting from their own 30 this time. Cates with 2 receivers wide to his left, 2 backs in the offset eye to the right. Hands it off to Braddock Cates in the backfield. Makes a cut and is taken down. Good fill that time by the Saki defense. He'll get a gain on the play to the 32. A gain of, we'll call it 2 on the play. And it brings up a 2nd down and 8.
Connor Allen had a chance to maybe break that up in the backfield, but got fooled a little bit there by the handoff, by the fake.
Cates put his foot into the ground. He can change directions in a hurry. A little bit of a slow snap. They'll pass the ball out of the wide out to the left-hand side. Ball carrier has a gain across the 40. Taken out near the 42-yard line.
Madsen?
Caden Madsen wearing the 15 tonight with the pickup on the play to the 42-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 1st and 10 for Williamsville. Here's Cates once again on the handoff. McKee hits him in the backfield, slows him down a bit, but Cates breaks away and is up to the 46-yard line before he's taken down here. A gain of 5 yards, and it's a 2nd and 5 to the 46. Sakis have guys in the right position, just not executing like they'll need to against a good squad here in Williamsville. Nobody is on the slot receiver right now, and the Sakis need a timeout. Now they'll bump Allen out there, and Williamsville noticed it before the Sakis had it, looked like. That's Liddicker. He's back to pass as Cates. Looking downfield, Liddicker comes back to get it. It's incomplete, and that'll stop the clock for a 3rd and 5 now here. I don't think the Sakis necessarily want Allen matched up on Liddicker if they don't have to.
They also don't want to leave Liddicker completely uncovered and let him go out there with no defender either.
I don't call you the best color man in the business for nothing.
I know
it. 7:14 to play in the half. Cates will hand it off. Braddock Cates looking for running room. Gets the corner. Still on his feet down the far sideline. Has the 1st down before he's taken out of bounds. Looks like he's inside the 40. No, they'll call him right at the 41-yard line. So a pickup on the play up 13 yards. And it'll be a 1st and 10 in Saki territory now.
Looked like maybe Tucker Cook knocking him out of bounds there.
I'm going to give a shout out to the guys from Twin Rivers Outdoors watching tonight. Hey, check out their Facebook page. Lots of good fishing tips for you. Here's a pass. Cates looking for the corner. It is juggled and incomplete. Looked like the intended receiver that time was Lideker. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Covered by Carter Frazier that time.
That was Matson, excuse me. Lideker is on this side now.
Frazier tried to get a hand on it. It just kind of went through his arms there.
Saki's now switching some men out as Kelby Moore comes onto the field. They'll hand the ball off to Cates, right side. Breaks through the initial tacklers, and finally Peterlo Shaw will take him down near the 34-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play, and it's 3rd and 3.
Who was that on the?
That was Cates, Braddock Cates on the run. 3rd and 3 for Williamsville. They've had a lot of these situations already tonight. Cates tries the hard count, and we will get a penalty against the Sakis as they do jump off sides, and that 5-yard penalty will result in a 1st down for Williamsville. So they've tried that play a couple of times tonight with the hard count. The Sakis had been close to biting, and that time they took the full bite of the forbidden apple and get drawn off sides, and it's 1st and 10 from the 29. 6:35 to play in the half. 21-0 Bullets. That was the first quarter score. Williamsville trying to get the first score of the 2nd quarter. Down to the Saki 29 with a fresh set of downs. 2 men split wide right, a single receiver to the left. Joshua Cates, the quarterback, will hand it off along the right-hand side. Ball carrier this time is Singer. He cuts back, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and is taken down all the way down. That's actually Carson Keller on the run. Keller is going to be taken down inside the 10, down near the 9, but it's coming back because of a hold. So it goes for naught. Saki sideline called it out early at about the 28-yard line. This will move the ball back to the 38 and bring up a 1st and 19 on what will result in a 9-yard net penalty. I mean, it's 10 yards, but 9 yards from where the line of scrimmage was. So back to the 38-yard line on a 1st and 19. That hole evidently proved to be fairly significant as it helped break the back out for the big gain. Trips left. Cates in the shotgun. Cates is not an extremely tall young man. 5'11" is what they list him at with his spikes on the turf. He is back to pass, looking for Lideker. Left side of the little bubble screen. Cuts inside, now breaks back outside. Shoestring tackle taken down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, an 11-yard gain. That will get them back in good position for a 2nd down and 8.
Kelby Moore was the man to get his hands on the receiver that time.
We'll call it 2nd and 9, in fact, here, as they give him, I say his knee went down earlier. 2nd down and 9. Cates faked the snap count. Now he is looking to the sideline to change the play up here. He'll take the snap, hand it off to Braddock Cates, right up the gut. Going to be drugged down this time. As the Sakis do a nice job to stay home this time. That is Jaron Whiteman on the stop. To the, where are we at, guys? 29-yard line?
Yeah, we're on the 29, 3rd and 10 about.
Yep, no gain on the play, 3rd and 9. So a 3rd and 9 here. Can the Saki defense hold? Cates takes the snap. He's trying to get outside now on a designed run. Gets a good block and now is ridden out of bounds just inside the 30 near the 27-yard line. A 2-yard pickup. And this will be a 4th down and 7. Pretty nice job by Moore that time, I believe, was the man on the outside to hold his own. And he kind of took his defender and tackled Cates with the defender. Kind of threw him at him and took him down. 4th and it's darn near 8 yards to go here, in fact. Have to watch the hard count first. 4 minutes, 51 seconds to play in this first half. Cates is back to pass on a 4th and 8. Trying to set up a screen. Saki's in pursuit. Cates breaks a tackle. Now back toward the middle of the field. Has some running room. 20-yard line, 15. Breaks another tackle. Heading for the pylon, and he's in for the score. Joshua Cates making a touchdown out of mustard, a string, and a rotten egg. And the lights flash and the fans cheer for Williamsville as Cates this time takes it in on a 27-yard touchdown run on a little bit of a broken play. And the Bullets lead 27-0. 4 minutes, 38 seconds to play in the half. Saki's had 2 men in the backfield in pursuit. Cates was able to elude them and run for the score. Win in on for the kick. Matson is the holder. The hold is down. The kick is up. It's right through the uprights to make it 28-0. As the sun is setting here in Williamsville, Joshua Cates showing you what he can do with his feet, breaking a tackle, cutting back to the middle, and going for a score. It's Williamsville 28, Pittsfield nothing.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Game Masters has the largest selection of gun safes in the tri-state area. That's right, everything from the vaults, vault doors, and safe accessories. Only the quality brands like Fort Knox, American Security, Browning, and Liberty. Come in and check out the displays or go to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out the selection online as well.
Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more.
We're passionate about the outdoors.
Well, the Saki defense has been on the field a lot tonight. They held Williamsville out for a while. 4:38 to play in the second quarter, but not able to get Joshua Cates down to the turf before he ran 27 yards for a touchdown and makes it 28-0 Bullets. Cates will be here to kick this one off. He has not kicked it deep yet tonight, and now he will. Sakis will have the man come up and get it around the 20-yard line. 25, runs into his own man at the 30, breaks through some tackles and gets a nice return. Still on his feet now, trying to break outside, and is taken down near the 37-yard line.
That's the 42, right?
42, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
42-yard line, really nice return that time by the Sakis. I believe that was Jake Otker. So Jake Otker with a nice return. Sakis first and 10 to their own 42. Otker, another sophomore out there for Pittsfield on the special teams side of things. 4 minutes, 27 seconds to play here in the half on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Williamsville 28, Pittsfield nothing. Two receivers wide to the left, single receiver out to the right. No, a pair of men out to the right-hand side. Petty's in the gun. He is back to pass, eludes the rush, now steps up, going to try to run, breaks the tackle out to the 50-yard line, and ducks out of bounds near the 45. And a good run by Javen Petty. He'll pick up 13 yards on the play, and a first and 10 for the Sakis, showing off the wheels that time.
Good read by Petty that time, and
made a couple men miss.
So I had some places to run and went for it.
So a first and 10 now at the Bullets 45. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds. Helms and Frazier, the receivers on the near side. It looks like it's
Allen and
Graham, I think, is the wide man. Or is that McKelvey Moore?
Might be Moore.
All right, so Moore is the wide receiver to the right. Petty going to hand it off. Lane Foster, big game.
Big
Look
hole.
out. 35, cuts back, still on his feet. 30, 35, 20, down to the 19-yard line. And a big pickup by Lane Foster, doing Lane Foster-like things. A pickup on the play up 26 yards. And another fresh set of downs on back-to-back first down plays for the Pittsfield offense.
It's just the kind of things that Lane Foster can do when he gets out in the open.
If you can get him a crease, he can go.
Yeah, he really does a good job of really feeling through the hole, too, to find where it's open and keep going.
Two receivers to the left, two to the right-hand side. Foster stands to the right of the quarterback, Petty, in the shotgun. 3 minutes, 47 seconds, and the clock ticking down. They're trying to get the handoff off, and this time Foster takes a big hit again, as there was a little bit of a confusion on whether they wanted to hand it off or not. A gain of a yard on the play to the 18-yard line. 2nd and 9.
Foster got what he could there, just a really slow handoff there to get the ball to him.
Trying to get the read, yeah, it was just kind of a slow read. Draven Peterbow now checks in. He's going to play a tight end spot. Peterbow is listed at 6'3", 215 pounds, and they're off by about 40.
Do you think it's only 40?
I believe his dad told me he went to his physical and weighed in at 255. He's a horse, and he can move at that size, by the way. He's trying to be a lead blocker here. Gets a little bit of a hole for Jesse Davidsmeyer, I believe, the running back this time. Down to the 15-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play. Call it a 3rd down and 6. So 3rd and 6 for the Sakis in 4-down territory with 2:50 to play in the half, trying to get on the board for the first time tonight. Good crowd on hand here, all the way around, fans watching this contest. A lot of youngsters in the end zone, acting like kids at a football game. Look out.
They're throwing footballs and everything.
Crazy. Fake the handoff. Petty going to get it outside. Moore trying to get away from the man. Does break a tackle. Still on his feet. Wrestled down near the 11-yard line. Gained 4 of the 6 on that play. And this will be a 4th and 2. And Pittsfield quick to the line here. They'll bring in the heavy pack. Bring in Puterlo back in to try to clear a path for Foster.
You got all the running backs in right now, Charlie.
Well, they've got both running backs in Davidsmeyer and Foster in. You're right. Archer's also offset on the right side, so they're a little heavy on that right side here. Under center for the first time is Petty, and they draw the bullets off sides. That was pretty simple, they say. Let's do that one again. That'll be a 5-yard penalty down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal from the 6. So Petty went under center for the first time of the evening. Williamsville not necessarily expecting that, it looked like. So 1st and goal here for the Sockies. They'll come out of that same set in the I formation. Petty takes the snap, hands it off to Davidsmeyer, keeping the legs turning. Ridden down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. It's 2nd and goal from the 4. Pittsfield trying to punch it in here with 1 minute and 32 seconds and the clock rolling in the second period. Trailing 28-0. They do have 2 timeouts at their disposal should they need them.
To get the ball in the second half to start also.
I formation again. Petty going to pitch it outside. Foster cuts back, has a lane, and he has a touchdown. A Socky touchdown. Coming to the 1:13 mark of the second quarter. And the Sockies on the board on a 4-yard touchdown run by Lane Foster at the 1 minute, 13-second mark of the second quarter of play.
Sockies are going to attempt to kick, but they don't have the kicking block out right now.
Well,
Carter Frazier looking for it. He has not found it yet.
Yeah, just put it on your foot.
They're going to have to call timeout.
Burn a timeout here.
And that is bad news. Going to have to burn a timeout here, right?
Oh, I think so.
He doesn't have a block. They say just put it on the turf.
All okay.
Right. Cookie is on for the extra point attempt. The hold is down. The kick is up. And who needs a block? Not Tucker Cook. He puts it through the uprights to make it 28-7. The Sockies are on the board. Lane Foster on a 4-yard touchdown run. 1 minute, 13 seconds to play in the half. They'll try to hold Williamsville out one last time before we go to the halftime break on Central Illinois Sports.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Come on, pick me up soon.
Sockies get the score, cut the Williamsville lead to 28-7 with 1:13 to play in the second period on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Good drive for Pittsfield that started all the way at their own 42-yard line after a good return by Jake Godker. Here's a kick going to drive the man back inside of his own 10. That's Lideker, isn't it? He'll take it out to the 20-yard line. It's going to be tackled. Socky's flying around out there now on the special teams. And on the stop for Pittsfield, the initial hit that time was made by Caden Ferguson, the sophomore. These sophomores on the special teams saying, hey, we want to prove what we can do. And to the 24-yard line is where Williamsville will start 1st and 10 with 1:06 to play in the half.
Looks like Ferguson staying out there to play a cornerback position on the far side also.
And we'll have a timeout here going to be taken by the Sockies. We will pause as well. 1 minute and 6 seconds to play in the first half. Timeout Pittsfield. Williamsville has it 1st and 10 when we come back.
Go team, go. Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray, hooray. Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
1:06 to play in the half. Pittsfield calls the timeout to try to make sure they have the defense set that they want to try to keep Williamsville off the board here as we are headed towards halftime. Cates and company, though, they can go in a hurry, so you have to be ready if you're this Saukey defense. You don't want to play too far off of them and let them get out in space. Trips left. Cates is in the shotgun, 1:06. He's back to pass, sprinting out to his left. Throws across his body downfield. Has his man near the sideline, taken out of bounds. Madsen.
Kohler.
Took that Kohler, on the catch to the 36-yard line. A gain of 12 on the play and a 1st and 10.
He ducked out of bounds there, so stop the clock with 59 seconds to go.
59 ticks, as John told you.
They're going to
right for the Saukeys.
go to the huddle. So weird.
Can't tick quickly enough.
Was that a 12-yard game?
12-yard pickup, yes, sir. 1st and 10. Trips right now. Cates again in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion, and Braddock Cates. He'll be by himself in the backfield trying to set up the screen back to Lideker. Lideker's got it, and Peterbo's got him to the 35-yard line. Draven Peterbo on the stop for the Saukeys. That'll be a loss of a yard and bring up a 2nd down and 11. Bullets do not stop the clock as they're right back up to the line of scrimmage. Now tick, 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 tick with 39 seconds to play in the half.
They got 3 timeouts if they want them.
Cates trying to get the play called at the line of scrimmage. In the shotgun, he is back to pass. Rolling out to his left. Throws downfield toward the sideline. Has the catch again. I think that's Kaler.
Yep.
Out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. That's enough for a 1st down. Stayed in bounds, though, so the clock continues to roll once they get the box set, I believe.
Correct.
Is the box set?
Box looks set.
They're going to say he must have been out of bounds. Then,
okay.
I think he dove out of bounds.
It was on the far side, so I could believe it. 1st and 10 here, just shy of midfield from the 48-yard line. Trips right again. Just don't let anybody get behind you. That's the big thing here. Cates in the gun, going to put the running back in motion out to the right-hand side. Back to pass, heaving it deep downfield, and it's caught behind the defense for a touchdown. Kohler on the touchdown catch. They went after the sophomore that time in Ferguson, and he tripped and broke down on the coverage side, and a 52-yard touchdown pass comes with 15 seconds to play in the half. And Williamsville gets that score right back to take a 34-7 lead just before the break. Pretty impressive light show here when they score.
It is.
Not sure our new lights have that feature.
Not as much as the fireworks the first year we played here, but
Wynn kicks it through the uprights once again to make it 35-0. Well, the Bullets, they got it, and they went down the field in a hurry. When you want a big play, you go to your big playmaker. For them, that is Lideker. He gets behind the defender and goes untouched. 52 yards for the score. 15 seconds to play in the half on Central Illinois Sports.
Timely application of crop nutrients based on soil test results and the individual yield goals is the focus of the agronomy team at Logan Agri-Service, Inc. Logan Ag delivers anhydrous ammonia, dry fertilizer, UAN, liquid starter, and our lineup of Logan Agri-Yield micronutrients direct from us to your field. Striving to get the right fertilizer products at the right place in the right field at the right time, that's Logan Agri-Service. For fertilizer and application services, call 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
Well, when you go to a big-time playmaker like
Kohler,
like I said right before the break, Justin, I hate to have to correct you on things like this, but please try to pay attention. It was Kohler on the 52-yard touchdown pass, and he gets the big score for Williamsville, who got the ball started at their own 24 with 1:06, and they scored with 15 seconds left. 9 seconds shy of a minute.
Didn't even use any of those timeouts they had left.
They didn't.
Save those for the second half.
They don't roll over quite like that. I remember.
They'll still have 3 when they get to the second half.
True. It won't be the same ones, though. New ones.
It's a different 3.
Williamsville has scored now on a pass, couple of runs, and they'll kick this one. Well, sort of an onside kick toward the sideline. A Vasaki man and Taylor Graham goes to catch it. And now a dog pile after the ball. Graham comes up with it off the bottom of the pile, went aggressively after the ball. And that's where Pittsfield will have it 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line with 15 seconds to play in the half.
Those front guys have to realize if they're going to catch it, just call for the fair catch. Then they can't hit you as long as you catch the ball.
Yep. He aggressively went after it, did the right thing. A little surprised Williamsville didn't just kick it deep there, but what do I know? Petty and Co, they're in the huddle now back there with 15 seconds. I'd say we'll see a quick run by Davidsmeyer here, and we'll see a halftime break. Petty in the gun, 2 receivers to his right. He takes the snap, hands it off to Davidsmeyer. Running to the right-hand side, has a good hole. Still on his feet, taken down near the 36-yard line. The pickup on the play up 13 yards, and the Sockies will call a timeout with 8 seconds left as they have a fresh set of downs. 8 seconds left. Pittsfield going to try to get that score right back on the other side of this timeout.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
Pittsfield is now out of timeouts as they call their 3rd and final of the half here. Williamsville has all 3 remaining on their side, but there's only 8 seconds left, so let's be honest. There's not going to be a lot of time to call very many of those timeouts. Will the Sockies try to take one final heave toward the end zone here to try to get a score in before the halftime break? They called the timeout after the big run by Jesse Davidsmeyer, a 12-yard pickup.
Foster's in the backfield now.
You're going to put it at the 37-yard line officially. Petty in the shotgun. Williamsville looks like they're bringing the house. That man came off sides, and that'll result in a 1st and 5. So I'll move it up 5 yards.
No, they're going to call it against Pittsfield. I did not see that.
The man crossed the ball.
Yeah, and I didn't really think anyone was even set yet for Pittsfield, but
1st and 15 from the 42. He'll pass it off to the right-hand side, hit Connor Allen out there, makes a man miss at the 40, and is ridden out of bounds with the 2nd left. Inside the 35, down to the 30. Where?
35.
35 even. 7-yard pickup on the pass. And it brings up a 2nd down and 8, and what will be the final play of the half, barring a defensive penalty here. Got to get it to Foster in space, right?
That's what I think.
Maybe Carter Frazier.
McKelvey Moore is a shifty runner also.
He's lined up way out on the outside.
Petty in the shotgun on the final play of the half. He is back to pass. Heaves it downfield and throws it out of bounds. Well, that was anticlimactic. We head to halftime of the Little Chess Motors halftime show. It's Williamsville 35, Pittsfield 7. Halftime stats and analysis your way next on Central Illinois Sports.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Kroc Center.
I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, Sandy, no squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to, but I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
The golf course has been around since 1957. When we looked at doing the deck outside, we looked at a lot of different options, but everything led back to Pike County Lumber. We looked at quality, price, and service. We wound up going with Tamco, composite decking. Pike County Lumber was great to work with.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's a 35-7 advantage for the Williamsville Bullets on top of the Pittsfield Sockies here at the halftime break at Williamsville. Halftime stats brought to you by Pike County Concrete. If you need concrete for your next job or project, give Pike County Concrete a call, 217-285-5548, with locations in Pittsfield and Jacksonville. Williamsville struck first at the 10:27 mark of the first quarter, a 40-yard run by Joshua Cates, followed by a kick by young Mr. Will Zinn, and it makes it a 7-0 advantage. 5:07 to play in the first. An 18-yard pass, Cates to Lideker on a drive that started at their own 38, results in a 14-0 lead. The Bullets scored one more time in the first, 1:35 to play in the period. A 7-yard run by Braden Cates. Braddock? I don't want to put an N on the end. It's Braddock. He got a touchdown. Well, Britannia Wynn had the kick, and they made it 21-0. The Bullets struck first in the second period as well. 4:38 to play in the half. A 27-yard run by Cates. The kick after by Wynn was good to make it 28-0. The Sockies scored their only touchdown of the half with 1:13 to play in the half, as Lane Foster took it in from 4 yards out to make it 28-7. But the Bullets responded less than a minute later, 58 seconds to be exact, on a 52-yard pass from Joshua Cates to Carson Kohler. Wynn's kick was good to make it 35-0. Williamsville. That's our halftime score. Justin Poor is back with the rest of your halftime stats on the halftime show presented by Little Jess Motors on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Trucks LLC, your top diesel repair center in the greater 6 County area, is now located in their new building in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Anytime you need diesel repairs, from on-the-road emergencies to regular maintenance, just call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044. Or go to Trucks LLC on Facebook. Trucks LLC will make your diesel engines run loud and proud. When you think diesel repair, think Trucks LLC in Pittsfield.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
And welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show, where the Williamsville Bullets lead the Pittsfield Sockies 35-7. Little Jess Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Quincy, Illinois is the place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are satisfied. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. And we'll head to Justin Poor with our halftime stats.
First, we'll start with our Pittsfield Sockies. Rushing, we have Lane Foster, 5 carries and 24 yards. Jesse Davidsmeyer also with 5 carries. He has 20 yards. Javen Petty has 2 carries for 7 yards. And Carter Frazier had 1 unsuccessful end around for -7 yards. Passing, Petty has thrown 9, 6 of which he completed for 31 yards. Those completions were 2 of them to Allen for 9 yards, 1 to Lane Foster for -2 yards, 2 to Carter Frazier for 18 yards, and 1 to McKelvey Moore for 6 yards. Sakis have been penalized 4 times for 20 yards tonight. The Williamsville Bullets have had 9 first downs tonight. Rushing, they've been pretty successful with Braddock Cates rushing 11 times for 46 yards, and his older brother, Josh Cates, running the ball 11 times for 94 yards. Number 16, B. Singer, has 1 rush for 0 yards. Altogether, they got 23 carries for 140 yards. Passing, Josh Cates has 21 passes, 16 of them complete for 186 yards. Those 16 passes have mostly been to number 11, Mason Lideker. He's received the ball 10 times for 105 yards. Braddock Cates, 2 catches for -6 yards. Number 15, Caden Matson, had 1 catch for 10 yards, and number 7, Carson Kohler, has 3 catches for 77 yards. Williamsville has been penalized 3 times for 20 yards.
Kohler had that big 52-yard touchdown reception also to make it this 35-7 score here at halftime. And we're on the Little Jess Motors halftime show, and we'll be back after this break.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times, and Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Jersey's World! Jersey's World! Party time! Excellent! Party on, James! Party on, Todd!
Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer! We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio. All at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Prairie Land FS provides complete seed and application service. Our trained energy specialist, along with our crop specialist, can help you take your farming to the next level. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. A 35-7 advantage for Williamsville on top of the Pittsfield Sockies here at the halftime break. Little Jess Motors is your halftime sponsor. You'll find them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy and online at littlejessmotor.com. Stop by and see their great staff. They'll get you hooked up in that new car today. Lots of great deals now on the 2023s before the 2024s roll in. Make sure to stop by Little Jess Motors, 3431 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. It is Williamsville 35, Pittsfield 7 here on our score, but some other scores we can tell you. Camp Point Central big at halftime on the squad from Beardstown, 46-0. That'll be a running clock second half in that contest.
That was a battle of two undefeated teams, if not mistaken, right?
I think Beardstown was 1-1 coming in, actually.
Well, it could be.
But that is a big matchup in the WIVC North. So Camp Point Central going to get off, it looks like, with a early win and try to stake their early claim to that conference title. And other Sangamo Conference action, Athens 6, Olympia 6, with 7:37 to play in the second period there. Greenfield Northwestern leads Pleasant Hill Western 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Elmwood Brimfield on top of West Hancock 16-0 at the halftime break. At halftime, Rochester leads Decatur MacArthur 21-0. A halftime score as well. Auburn 26, Pleasant Plains 21. Carrollton, West Central, both 2-0. They're tied at 14 at the halftime break in that contest. Troy leading Hannibal, Missouri 21-20 just before halftime in that contest at EA Porter Stadium in Hannibal. Actually watched them play each other last year. It was a pretty fun contest, actually, and that Troy Buchanan squad is a pretty fun one to watch. As is Hannibal, by the way. Aeneas Williams just going to Notre Dame. No big deal. Happens every day. Coach at Camp Point Central up 46-0 at the halftime break over Beardstown. Just trying to find some other scores for you if we can. And there's not a lot here hitting the, how about Route on top of Trophy at 21-0 at the half, as the battle in a game that used to always be played on Thursday, now being played on Friday nights on a pretty regular basis. And one of the rivalries as well in the WIVC North. Here it's Williamsville. They've been impressive in this first half of play. Can really score in a hurry. And the Sockies will get the ball to start the second half and try to put together a good scoring drive and draw a little bit closer. We step aside to hear from some of the sponsors who help make this game and all the games possible for you to watch alongside from the comfort of your home or wherever you are on YouTube here on Central Illinois Sports, and we thank them now and we hope you thank them by spending your money with them. We're back after this.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fnbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com. Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs.
The Farm Stand, located at 405 East Park Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is the place to go when you're looking for a fresh, homemade meal. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Farm Stand has a full breakfast and lunch menu. Enjoy breakfast favorites such as biscuits and gravy, pancakes, French toast, and the loaded breakfast burrito. For lunch, check out the great selection of sandwiches, salads, paninis, and more. You'll never leave hungry when you visit the Farm Stand in Camp Point.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, you see that Williamsville bullet sign on the side of the field house? I'm going to guess it's about a $75,000, $100,000 sign.
That's all.
For a sign.
It's a nice sign.
It's on a really expensive building, too.
Little light bulb that blinks. This guy's bringing drinks. Hey,
drinks.
Right. Hey, how you doing? Hey, appreciate you, Adam. Adam Euchre, the AD here. We were just talking about the bullet sign. What was the over-under on cost for that?
Oh, they only have two.
It's a package deal.
It's a buy one, get one free deal.
They got to buy two, get one free, it looks like. So the third one is at Coach Euchre's house, I think.
Thank you.
Williamsville up 35-7 as we get ready to start the second half. Kate's ready to kick this one off, and he'll put his boot into this one. Kicked about as deep as they have so far tonight. Frazier will take it on the run at the 25. Breaks a tackle, drags a man across the 40, out to the 42, and that's where the Sockies will start first and 10 at their own 42-yard line. And I like what Carter Frazier has shown this Socky squad in the last 2 weeks.
I don't think he'll be the guy that's targeted next week, do you?
No. I believe he is working himself quickly into a starting role. Agreed?
Agreed.
Petty in the shotgun, trips right. Calls the line set, takes the snap, hands it off to Davidsmeyer, breaks a tackle across the 45, out to the 47 on a good run. Jesse Davidsmeyer a gain of 5. This will bring up a second down and 5.
Jesse Davidsmeyer, always a hard runner there, and he got some good blocks and was able to get 5.
Yeah, there's nothing fancy about how Davidsmeyer runs the ball, but I find it to be fairly effective. Kind of an old school running back. Puts his head down and just tries to run you over. Trips right again as Frazier's in the slot. They will hand it off again to Davidsmeyer. This time he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding here. Loses a yard back to the 46, and that will result in a third down and 6. Just that time, the Sockies didn't win up front. This offensive line, though, is much improved this year. If you go back and you watch, you'll see that they're getting down to those secondary guys. That didn't happen a lot last year. Playing a lot of sophomores at the varsity level a year ago. These guys with a year of experience under the belt have really improved, and that offensive line has been a bright spot, I think, for this Socky team. Petty in the shotgun on a third down and 6. He's back to pass. Has a little pressure, steps up, throws downfield looking for Frazier, and it's picked off. Cates again at the 30, 35, trying to take it back. 45, going to try to cross field here. Trying to get the corner at the 50. 45-40. Trying to break away. Man trying to run him down. That'll be Graham that pushes him out of bounds, but not before he returns it all the way to the Saukey 30-yard line. And that's where Williamsville will take over 1st and 10 at the Pittsfield 30 on the second interception of the night thrown by the Saukey quarterback, Javen Petty. Was looking for Frazier. That time was in double coverage, and Cates comes away with the pick and big return here. He gets that corner, and you see Graham run him down and push him out of bounds. He was one of the last guys. Also fairly impressive. You saw Jaron White back there, one of the biggest guys on the field, really hustling hard, even though the Saukeys are down 35-7. You got to like the effort out of one of your captains on that play. 1st and 10 from the Pittsfield 30 now for Cates and the Bullets. 2 receivers to the right. Single man to the left-hand side takes the snap. Hands it off to Braddock Cates right up the gut. He puts his shoulder down, and he says they want to see some old school smash mouth type of football. He's down to the 20, a gain of a solid 10 and a 1st down. And they'll move the chains. The referee says, let's go. Let's go. What are you guys, tired? You only had to go through about 60 plays in the 1st half.
Just getting started.
Cates again in the shotgun. Hands it off once again to Braddock Cates. This time he is met at the line of scrimmage. Owen Shaw in on the stop to the 19-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up a 2nd down and 9. We've called Shaw's name quite a bit this week after the middle linebackers of the Saukeys really struggled a week ago against Olympia. They have come out and played much better here tonight. 2nd and 9 here for the Bullets from the Saukey 19. Back to pass is Cates. Pump fakes. Now throws to the right-hand side. Hits Lideker. Lideker breaks the tackle. Down inside the 5 to the 4. Pick up on the play of 15 yards, and it's 1st and goal from the 4-yard line as Lideker caught it on that little bubble screen, receiver screen out there once again, and just ran right by guys. 1st and goal from the 4. Bullets trying to make it a 42-7 lead. Wishbone formation. Cates is under center. Hands it off the deep back. Braddock Cates runs over him and keeps his legs churning, and he's down to the 1. Down to the 1 on a 3-yard gain. 2nd and goal with a yard to go here. Bullets showed this style of offense the last time they got this deep. They hand it off to Cates, and he goes in untouched for the touchdown to make it 42-7 Williamsville. Braddock Cates, 1-yard run. There's the light show for you. 9:05 to play here in the 3rd, and it's 41-7 Williamsville. So they get the takeaway early in the Saukeys' first possession and then drive the ball right down the field, starting at the Saukey 30 and scoring in just 5 plays. Zinn is on for the extra point attempt. Good hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. 42-7 Williamsville, this time behind the offensive line. Mostly junior laden for this squad, by the way. And the running of Braddock Cates, as you'll see him on the Northwestern Mutual Instant Replay, go in untouched. Williamsville 42, Pittsfield 7.
Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs.
Well, Williamsville got the takeaway and then took the ball down the field in a hurry. Play that started at their own 30-yard line, finishes with a 1-yard touchdown run by Braddock Cates. And with 9:05 to play here in the 3rd, it's 42-7 Williamsville on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Trucks 217-922-0044 for all of your diesel repair needs. Stop by and see the Trucks guys. Cates ready to kick this one off. We've seen some trickery out of this Williamsville squad from this kickoff position. And they're ready to go here. Kind of slow to the ball, puts his foot into this one. Going to be, the Saukeys kind of miss it and then come back and get it. That's
McKelvey
Moore on the return. He runs hard out to the 31, and that's where the Saukeys start 1st and 10 with 8 minutes 59 seconds to play in the third. Want to remind you about Real Net & Twine, located just north of Pittsfield across from the airport. They have a wide selection of concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, outdoor wall hangings, and much, much more. Stop by and see Pretty Rick and Tracy Rhea at Real Net & Twine in Pittsfield. Solid work there for you. Real Net & Twine. Sometimes very solid. If you can carry the purple orangutan that guards the entrance in your arms, they said you can take it home. Only one guy at a time, though. Give it a shot.
I'm not sure you can do it 10 guys at a time.
You're doing there, big boy. Petty now going to get it outside to Carter Frazier. He runs hard and is hit hard out of bounds. Up to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 4 yards on the play. Stops the clock and brings up a 2nd and 6. Good hard hit by the Williamsville defensive back that time. I believe that was Dylan Ferris. He didn't have the day off, did he? This junior class is a big one for this Williamsville squad, and while they have seniors like Cates, they have a lot of juniors playing out there. A smaller senior class than a season ago that saw a lot of reps, but the juniors really helping build for another successful year. Now they'll throw the ball out to the right-hand side again. Frazier, the intended receiver, but this time it hits the turf. Incomplete pass, and it is 3rd and 6.
Looked like maybe a little RPO there, and just couldn't quite find Frazier as he led him a couple of yards too far upfield.
More like an RP no that time.
It was an RP no. Okay, well, there you go. This is why you are the play-by-play guy, Charlie. You get paid the big bucks.
You're making a whole $3 after we pay for gas tonight. They'll hand it off to Lane Foster. He's got the first down. Hello, look out. 45-yard line up to the 49. And a gain of 14 and a 1st and 10. That time they ran lane left.
Run that play again.
What's the fast lane?
Or maybe run lane right this time. I don't know.
That is a good indication, though, that your linemen were getting upfield. They got to the linebackers, and when Foster can get that cutback lane, man, he's dangerous. Now he checks out as Davidsmeyer's back into the backfield. 2 receivers to the right. 1 man to the left-hand side. No, 2 here. The other guy's standing right behind the chain. They'll put McKelvey Moore in motion. Hand it off. No, Petty's going to keep it now on the little read play. Throws the pass off, looking for Connor Allen, who was not ready for it. Incomplete, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. I think Allen thought Petty was going to try to take off and run. And Petty threw it at the last moment. Allen had kind of stopped his route. 2nd and 10. As the clock stops with 8 minutes, 17 seconds to play here in the third.
The RPO makes it hard for those receivers out there because they got to decide whether they need to stay free or block.
Petty will hand it off to Davidsmeyer, right-hand side. Good solid hold there. Gets it across midfield. Wrestled down near the 48-yard line. A gain of 3 to the Williamsville 48. And a 3rd down and 7 yards to go for the Sockies. Not surprised we don't see Foster come back in right here.
He's standing on the sideline right now, talking to a coach.
Davidsmeyer will stand, likely to go to the air here, it looks like. They'll put Moore in motion. They'll run that jet sweep onto the right-hand side, and he's going to get inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line. A gain on the play of 5 yards, and it's 4th and 2. Had a lot of blockers out in front. That 5-yard pickup ran 37 yards to pick up 5. And with 7 minutes, 25 seconds, and the clock ticking down to the third, the Sockies with the 4th and 2. They'll bring Peterbo onto the field. They had a little beef out there on the blocking side. They trade Peterbo for Taylor Graham. They're not in the same weight class for wrestling. Under center is Javen Petty. Tries the hard count. Now looks to the sideline with 6 seconds of the play clock. The Sockies will call their first timeout of the second half. 7:06 to play in the third. Sockies have it 4th and 2 when we come back.
Hi, this is Rusty Mixer with Mixer Lumber Company. It is the time of year to consider your grain storage needs. Mixer Lumber and GSI offers all your materials for drying, storage, and grain handling systems. We provide the service and experience to install and service all your GSI grainman needs. Mixer Lumber Company is located in Clayton, Illinois, and our phone number is 217-894-6412.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
7:06 to play in the third. 4th and 2 for the Sockies from the Williamsville 43. Pittsfield called the timeout to get the play they wanted drawn up here. Double tight formation. They'll pitch it out to Lane Foster. Foster looking for an edge. He's caught in the backfield, going to be taken down. They had blockers out there, but failed to get the job done. They'll give him forward progress to the 44, but that'll be a loss of a yard and a turnover on downs for the Sockies. So the Williamsville defense holds.
Toss didn't really hit Foster in stride there. He kind of almost had to wait on it, and that just
made
the
cutback.
Timing difficult.
Made a good cutback, but he ran into his blocker. Kind of slowed his momentum a little.
So it's 1st and 10 for Williamsville from their own 44-yard line. They take over with 6 minutes, 59 seconds to play in the third. On the Trucks LLC scoreboard, up big, 42-7, trying to go down with another score to implement the running clock. Cates going to pitch it out to Braddock Cates. Shaw in pursuit, but Cates is going to turn the corner. Has a big gain on the play. Runs over a would-be tackler to the Saukey 45-yard line. A pickup of 11 yards and a 1st and 10 for the Bullets. They're quick to the line once again as Williamsville, as they have been most of the night tonight.
Shaw's got to hurry to get off there.
Trying to get him out of there, get a fresh body on us. He had a long way to go in pursuit that time. They'll hand it off again to Braddock Cates. This time he's going to have the ball fumbled, and Mowen dives, and he has the recovery for the Sockies at the 45. So the Sockies get the takeaway. They'll say that he was down, they'll call it the 47-yard line, and that's where the Saukey defense will force the turnover. They're second of the night. So to the Williamsville 47 for a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield. All right, you like that.
Two turnovers by each team's offenses now. Williamsville did a fumble and an interception, and Sockies have done a couple INTs.
1st and 10 for Pittsfield. Petty will bring the play in from the sideline from head coach Zach Ferguson. As the team is huddled up just across the 50-yard line, right near the big W.
Got to kind of hustle a little bit. You only got 12 seconds on the play clock.
This side, when you look at it, it kind of looks like an M, though. What does the M stand for Williamsville? Petty's back to pass. Has some time. Now feels the pressure. Steps up. Avoids the rush. Throws it downfield. Looks at the sideline. Tipped. Incomplete. Was looking for Connor Allen. A couple of guys down in the backfield, and Williamsville has a man down, injured, it looks like here, near where the quarterback was. And while they take a look at him, we'll hear this word from Farm and Home Supply.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
Well, the young man gets up. He looked like a cramp, possibly. So,
Carson Beatty, defensive end.
So that is not a timeout, right? That's an injury timeout there?
Injury timeout. Carson
Betty?
Betty? Ramelan?
Yeah.
6'3", 235-pound junior. Looked like he had a cramp on the right leg. Said I had one last night about 2 a.m. It hurts. 2 receivers to either side. I didn't have a trainer to come help me. They were like in the old days. They'll put Frazier in motion left to right, and there'll be a trip set. They'll hand it off to Davidsmeyer. Bounces off of the would-be tackler, still dragging guys with him, and is wrestled down near the 42-yard line. Good hard run results in a 5-yard pickup and a 3rd and 5.
You may have been concerned if there was a trainer in the room at that time of night.
I would. You know, it's kind of like they always talk about Santa Claus. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows where you're awake. Santa Claus is a stalker.
He's just got access to your Wi-Fi cameras.
Creepy bearded guy. Trips right. Petty hands it off to Davidsmeyer again. Kind of lost his balance and is tripped up near the 40-yard line. Gain of 2. It'll bring up a 4th down and 3. So again, a 4th down situation and a 4th and 3 right at the 40-yard line. Sockies will go for it again here.
Lane Foster's still on the sideline here.
See if they can't get it to Carter Frazier out here on a quick hitter and see what he can do with it. He's the receiver, the second guy on the bottom of your screen here. Petty will keep it, get it out to Frazier. Frazier has the first down, it appears. Very close. Down to the 37-yard line. That should be enough, should it not?
It'll all depend on where the man sets the ball, whether he sits it on his...
chains are right there, so it shouldn't be hard to decipher it. And they'll say Williamsville thinks it's short. Carter Frazier's looking at it, and he's like, I don't know. I thought I had it. The chain gang will run the shortest distance they've run all night. Williamsville thinks they have stopped it. They're bringing the offense on the field. Draven Puterbo says that's a first down.
Looking at where the ball is to where the stick is, it looks to me like it's short, but I can't really see a lot because...
We'll kick it forward a little bit then. Williamsville says turnover on downs, and Williamsville is right. He needed 3. They'll say he gained 2 3/4 of a yard. And that'll be a turnover on downs and stop the Socky drive with 5:11 to play here in the third period.
2 7/8.
I never really knew how to read the tape measure all that well. I'd always count those marks.
Uh-huh.
I just kind of like to eyeball it. It's like about 2 1/4.
Yeah, it's when you start using things like heavy quarter.
2 receivers left. Cates in the shotgun here on a 1st and 10. He'll pitch the ball out to Braddock Cates, and then he'll be the lead blocker. How about that? Cates tries to get outside, cuts back, 40-45-yard line, finally taken down right at midfield after a gain of 13 yards and a 1st and 10 for Williamsville.
You say you want to be the quarterback for Williamsville, you better be ready to lead block sometimes.
You go block for your brother, says Aaron Coons. I don't care if you don't want to.
Don't care if you don't like him.
You don't like it, you'll sit in the backfield and hold hands. They hand it off this time. No, the quarterback, Joshua Cates, keeps it. He breaks the tackle. Slippery fella down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, a 12-yard pickup, and again another first set of downs. And churning out yards in a hurry now is Williamsville. Let's look at that run by Braddock Cates a moment ago.
The cameraman might have been fooled.
We got the one by Braddock Cates, though, and he wrestled them all the way up to midfield. Josh Cates in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Going to get it outside to Lideker. Lideker going to break a tackle. Now trying to get outside. Still on his feet. Tiptoeing down the sideline. Down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. A pickup of 19 yards and another first down as they're putting them together in a hurry now are the Bullets. 4:29 to play here in the third period. Marching right down the field is this Williamsville Bullets squad.
Not quite as big a hurry as they were in the first quarter. They're running some huddles now.
Clock is rolling now. They'll say he stayed in bounds.
They may have to take a timeout as there's only 6 seconds left on the play clock. Maybe not.
They hurry to the line and timeout. Timeout. Timeout from the game, says Coach Aaron Coons, as they were slow to get that play in. And a timeout by Williamsville. 4:02 to play in the third. It's the Bullets 42, the Sockies 7.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
4 minutes, 2 seconds to play in this third period. It's 42-7 Williamsville. They'll have the ball first down and 10 yards to go from the Socky 19 following their first timeout of the second half. They got into that huddle and they're like, how do we get out of this? There was like an invisible wall.
Well, they can't find the line of scrimmage. There they go.
All right, now they're in the wishbone formation from the 19. Cates is under center. He'll fake the pitch. He's back to pass. Rolling out to his right. Looks for the man in the flats. has it completed here. That man breaks the tackle, and he's going to go for a touchdown on the pass
for tonight
to Carson Kohler. And a touchdown for Williamsville makes it 48-7. That will institute the running clock. Zinn will be on for the extra point try. 19-yard pass from Cates to Kohler. And the touchdown comes with 3:52 to play here in the third. Will Zinn, the 5'7", 140-pound junior on. He's been busy tonight. High snap now, hold us down. He gets the kick off, and even though he was rushed, it was still through the uprights for the extra point. They come out with a heavy set, a little trickery, play action. They hit Kohler in the flats. He breaks the tackle and goes for the score. Williamsville, a running clock on the Sockies. 3:52 to play in the third.
Rewards checking, I'm not sure if there's a better checking account around.
They have 3 requirements each month, and if they meet those requirements, we will pay them the highest checking account interest rate that we have right now.
At this time, it is a very generous 4.07 APY.
As far as ID Secure goes,
it gives you protection with credit monitoring, cell phone protection.
Prevent identity theft at a reasonable cost.
It's watching out for you.
And every 90 days you get an update on it, so the peace of mind of that's very nice.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
Will Zinn is going to kick off now for Williamsville with 3:52 to play in the third, in a game that now will only stop for timeouts, touchdowns, injuries, and a change of a quarter. Ball going to be taken by the deep man for the Sockies. I believe that's McKelvey Moore. He'll tiptoe his way out to the 29, and that's where the Sockies will start 1st and 10.
Yeah, we had a flag come in at the end there as a little extracurricular right at the end of the play.
29-yard line. Let's see what the officials tell us here.
Won't surprise me. It's just a couple of offsetting penalties and move on with our lives. But
we have a face mask against Williamsville.
Oh, okay.
15 yards, I believe, as he crossed his arms. Oh, no, I dropped the pin, John. Where did it go?
You have a flashlight on your phone, Charlie? Turn it on.
Dark abyss. Can you grab that for me? It's right there.
It's on top of the scoreboard cables from this being their home press box until last year.
LSST Trucking and 3D Leasing for all of your trucking and hauling needs. Call the Dunhams and their professional team. 217-285-2808. They'll keep you rolling at LSST Trucking and 3D Leasing. So the Sockies will get the ball at the 44, and they want a timeout before they get this play started, and we'll pause as well. 2:41 to play in the period. It's Williamsville 49, Pittsfield 7.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Shooting is one of our favorite pastimes.
When it comes to guns and ammo, think Game Masters. They have new guns, used guns, gun safes, and gun accessories. And be sure to head over to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out our great selection.
Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more. At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Sockies look to be getting a second offense set up and ready to go possibly here. As we see Jonas Anderson check in at quarterback, the sophomore. He is 6 foot 1 inches tall and 150 pounds. They'll come out with a second group of Socky offensive players starting at their own 44-yard line with 2 minutes 41 seconds to play in the third. Anderson in the gun. He'll hand it off to the first back here. That's Jake Godker. He has a nice run on his first touch of the night down to the 42-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Otker with a pickup on the play of 14 yards and a 1st and 10. To the Williamsville 42. How about that?
Otker says, give me chances. Let me see what happens.
He runs hard. He'd probably run faster without those flowing locks slowing down his aerodynamic ability, but he's much like Samson. Don't cut the hair, right?
Can't believe his dad hasn't done it in his sleep.
Derek has no hair. He's just jealous. They'll now fumble the handoff, and Anderson will dive on it at the 45. A loss on the play of 3 yards. And it brings up a 2nd down and 13. Pittsfield will be in action next week at home on homecoming against the New Berlin Pretzels at Glen C. Smithfield.
The new broadcast team will also have the JV game against these two teams
That's
on Monday.
right. Eli Mendenhall and Tim Hull will have the JV broadcast right here on Central Illinois Sports on Monday.
Along with possibly Braxton Forshee.
On Central Illinois Sports, the Ocho. Here is Anderson out to pass. He hits his intended receiver here. That's Taylor Graham. He retreats to make a man miss. Still on his feet, 30-25. Cuts back 20-yard line. Picks his way inside. Down to the 18 on a pickup there of 27 yards on the catch and scamper by Graham. And a 1st and 10 for the Sockies. Some sophomores out there showing some of their skill set. Williamsville with a 2nd set on the defensive side as well. So you're seeing mostly seconds out there for both squads. Jaden Morris checked into the running back position. In the backfield, stands to the left of the quarterback, Anderson. Takes the snap, hands it off to Moore. Moore breaks the tackle. Now a spin move back inside as he made a man miss. Still on his feet, running hard, down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard pickup, 2nd and 1. The sophomore group is one that is fun to watch. They were really fun to watch. One of the better freshman classes the Sockies have had in a while last year. That's what I've basically heard from everyone.
How many yards did you give Graham?
I gave Graham a pickup of 18 yards on that pass play. Here's a 2nd down play. They'll keep it with Moore again. He'll have the 1st down to the 6-yard line, a 3-yard pickup, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 6, and that's where the Sockies will start. They'll go all the way to the other end of the field first. And what do we have, a penalty flag?
Jaden Moore made that tackler pay for.
All right, they're just going to say into the quarter. Into the 3rd. Williamsville 49, Pittsfield 7. Sockies, though, have it 1st and goal from the 6 when we come back.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
When I'm driving in my car with my family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and 4 of us are driving a car, we literally get excited when we see a dot truck. It's actually a sense of pride.
Why I would encourage anyone to work at dot. We take care of each other.
The company continues to grow and expand.
That to me is what brings me to work every day and that I enjoy.
Diversity, culture, family, all of those things, if you want them, you should be at dot.
Ready to start the 4th quarter. 49-7 Williamsville on top of the Sockies. Pittsfield, though, with it 1st and goal from the 6-yard line as this 2nd-team offense has been impressive in their little stint on the field here. They'll hand the ball off to Moore, running along the left-hand side, still trying to fight for yardage. Gets to the 5, a gain of a yard. 2nd and goal from the 5. Trying to punch one in here.
Think they go in the air here, Charlie? A little screen pass.
Did they put Otker back in? I'd like to see him carry it right here. He's in from the right-hand side. Let's see what happens. I bet you he gets it. Anderson in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Going to run that little bubble screen. Looking for Bodie Marable, I believe, was the intended receiver. It goes incomplete. And it's 3rd and goal.
Oh, as a target for old Bodine Marable.
Bodine. Not a lot of them left these days. He's the only one I know.
Only one I've ever met. Good kid, though.
Oh, one of the nicest kids you'll ever meet. 3rd down and goal from the 5. As the clock counting down here in the final quarter of play at Williamsville. Anderson in the shotgun, wipes the perspiration from his hands. Hands it off to Otker, looking right, cuts back in the middle, and he goes for the score. Jake Otker across the goal line for the Sockies with 10 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the contest. His first varsity touchdown. And it makes it 49-13.
Sockies are going to send the first team extra point team out there because it's really hard to put together a second team extra point team.
So I'm guessing there's probably not a second team.
Cook on to kick the extra point. The holder is Frazier. I believe Zane Perry is the long snapper, and it's a bad snap. Cook going to try to pick it up. He's rolling out, looking for somebody to pass it to. Now he dives toward the pylon, and he is short. No good. But the Sockies' second team offense, they get the job done when their number is called. This time they call the number of Jake Otker, and he rumbles around the right side for the touchdown. 10:43 left in the contest. It's Williamsville 49, Pittsfield 13.
United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at number 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card. Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
Tucker Cook ready to kick it off for the Sockies. 10:43 to play in the contest. A high kick going to be taking a bounce around the 20-yard line and taken by one of the Bullets. We'll have to get a number on that young man as he stands up.
14.
That will be Peyton Casson. Casson's a 5'7", 130-pound sophomore. He takes the ball up across the 25 to the 27, and that's where the Bullets will start first and 10 with 10:25 and counting in this contest. So we'll see a second set of Williamsville Bullets on the offensive side as well. We'll try to get their names and numbers recognized. We see R.J. Allred checking in at the linebacker spot for the Sockies. He's a senior. Jake Otker also playing the safety spot for Pittsfield, who are, they're still kind of running men on at a frantic pace.
Taylor Graham playing safety.
Quarterback is in the shotgun. This appears to be Caden Madsen. He finds his intended receiver. Like that was Dalton Root on the catch. A gain of 6 yards on the play. And it brings up a 2nd and 4.
I was afraid we'd lost you for a moment there, Charlie.
I was trying to hear the PA guy.
Aha.
See how I can just cheat off of him.
Yeah. He's all the way on the other side, unfortunately, so it's harder to hear him.
It's like working a game next to old Vern. You'd say something, he'd say something, just about 40 decibels higher than what you just said.
And word for word what you said.
Madsen now going to keep it on the quarterback run up the middle. He gets hit by Otker to take him down on the play, but gains what he needs for a first down up to the 42, a gain of 9 by Madsen, and a 1st and 10 here for Williamsville.
His helmet came off. He has to come off.
Yep, there he goes.
And you also found out if your helmet comes off, you can't go make a tackle.
Huh. So we did. We learned that last week.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Who ran that?
That was Madsen, the quarterback. He's wearing the number 15.
15.
But it's number 1 in your hearts. He's a quarterback, wide receiver, defensive back, 6 foot, 170 pounds.
We've got Jackson Sanders in now at quarterback.
Jackson Sanders?
Yep.
Any relation to Dion? They're playing tomorrow against Nebraska, I believe, right?
Coach Prime.
Sanders keeps it there. He says, I like this quarterback run play. Call my number. He's fighting for yardage and has stood up and taken down to the 46-yard line with forward progress for Sanders. His first touch of the night goes for 4 yards. It brings up a 2nd and 6. I looked at the resale market. Tickets for the Colorado-Nebraska game were the lowest you could get, $435. And I'm going to guess if you were a Colorado season ticket holder last year, you couldn't have paid people to take those things. It's amazing what different a year and about 78 new players makes.
And the entire roster rolling over.
Madsen's back in at quarterback. He going to throw the quick hitter out to the right-hand side, has his man streaking down the far sideline. And this young man, he is in a hurry. A penalty flag flies. Going to come back here, it looks like, as we're going to have an illegal block or a hold at the 29-yard line. Cashton Conkrite was the receiver, the 5'8", 150-pound sophomore, but there's a penalty flag and a hold at the 29-yard line, so that'll move it back to the 39. Still Justin on the play. You'll give the Bullets credit for 15 yards, and they will have enough for a first down at the Saukey 39. Cashton Conkrite was the receiver.
They actually pulled the flag back further, Charlie, so the flag is now sitting
at the 29.
No, they moved it.
No, he moved the flag all the way back to the 36
36,
here.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying, so you're going to actually take some more off.
All right, so take 5 more yards off, and it'll be still a first down.
10-yard.
And it'll be a, let's see, had the ball at the 46. They were at the other 39. That's 11 plus 4 is 15 yards and a first down.
Hit it one more time.
Saukey 46.
Boxman, hit it one more time.
Hit one of those light up down markers here. It's not a laser, it's a little light bulb that blinks. It's a touch screen.
Yeah.
No, there has to be a button on there.
Yeah, probably.
Wonder if you could vibe to the music. They'll pitch it outside now. Nice job by the outside man in Maribold to really stretch that play out. It'll go for a short gain. As the ball carrier that time for the Bullets was Mason Johnson. I'm not sure if he's a cousin to Miles Johnson, but he picks up a 2-yard gain to the 44-yard line, 2nd and 8. Second down, 8 yards to go for the second group of Williamsville Bullets. Under 7 minutes left in this contest. I believe I saw a Camp Point Central score of 60-0, if I read that correctly. 60-0 over Beardstown. Beardstown had been one of the tougher opponents for the Panthers over the last decade or so.
Usually a pretty tough team.
Here's Matson going to keep it himself. He's going to have a first down to the 40. Check that 35-yard line.
And I know Chris Dewar out of Quincy really thought a lot of the young Domitian gentleman running the ball for Beardstown, but
yeah, Lucas, I believe it is. Domitian.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it is. I know there's Christie and Lucas and maybe another one, but
like the Beatles.
Yeah.
9-yard gain by Matson, 1st and 10 here for Williamsville.
Looks like we could have an exciting JV game on Monday, Charlie, if it's similar teams to what we have here so far.
Could be a shootout.
Yeah.
Trips right, single receiver to the left. Matson in the shotgun. He is back to pass. Looking to the right-hand side. Again has his man. That young man looked to be, is that Devin Fulgenzi?
That's Conkrite, I believe.
All right. Cashton Conkrite wearing the number 8. Down to the 21-yard line. A pick up of 15 yards and a 1st and 10 for the Bullets. Went out of bounds, but the clock keeps rolling with the running clock here.
What was the gain on that?
15-yard pickup to Conkrite. Spelled differently, this is like Walter Conkrite, C-O-N-K-R-I-T-E. And that's the way it was. To the 21-yard line.
Challenging the stat guy over here right now on all these new names.
2 receivers out to the left. Matson hands it off to the running back. Taken down on the play by the Saukey's defender, Jake Robinson.
Running back is Mason Johnson.
Johnson in on the carry to the 20-yard line. A pickup of a yard by Johnson. Brings up a 2nd down and 9.
This is a big key for why Williamsville has been consistent for so long, though. These sophomores and juniors that don't start really get a lot of time at the end of their games, and that gives them a lot of varsity experience going forward.
And they play a lot of juniors on the JV side, too, guys that are just a hair away, would play for a lot of other teams. Usually strong senior classes here from Williamsville. As this pass goes in complete, it brings up a 3rd and 9 as they were trying to set up a screen. But those juniors get valuable reps in those junior varsity contests, which in the Sangamo is what it's made for, juniors and under.
Yep.
And that's why Aaron Coons and his coaching staff, they just keep this program rolling. They keep developing a new wave of players in each class. Under 4 minutes to be left on the clock when they snap this one.
It's a machine.
They really set up the screen well that time, just couldn't connect.
Yeah, they had it wide open, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Trips left. Matson's back to pass. He's rolling out to his right, throws to the sideline. The man slides. Did he stay in bounds? Yes, he did.
Yeah, running clock anyway.
Conkrite again.
27.
All right. That is Liam Gorbett. Down to the 12-yard line, a gain of 8 on the play, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 1. So 4th and a yard. Don't you see a hard count here? Try to draw the Sockies off sides.
I'd say yes.
Trips left. Deep in the shotgun is Madsen, the quarterback. Looks at the play clock, wipes his hand on the towel. Hanging just to his right, watching the play clock tick down now here. And they draw the Sockies off sides, or did they say they're going to move? It's offsides and a 5-yard penalty. And a 5-yard penalty will move the ball to the 7, 1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
If it doesn't work, just wait longer.
Just give it time like Novocaine. It works every time. Pittsfield trying to keep this Williamsville unit out of the end zone one last time. See, Dominic Cooper is checked in for the Sockies, as has Cameron Smith. Looks like playing the nose tackle now is Lucas Edwards, a 5'10", 155-pound sophomore.
Jaden Moore is over here on the sideline. The trainer right now. He kind of came out with maybe an arm injury, it looked like.
He got up a while ago holding his left hand.
Yeah.
Jaron White is heavily iced on his right shoulder, it looks like, and he's walking toward the sideline. I mean, like the fence sideline now. Interesting. And Williamsville has Madsen up there. I think he's just going to take a knee here, and he will. And this will be, well, some of the most boring seconds of football you're ever going to see. Is this is just going to be a couple of the knees and out here for the Bullets. They could have scored one more time. As he takes a 1-yard loss, brings up a 2nd and goal from the 8. But Aaron Kuhn says we accomplished what we needed to accomplish. They moved to 3-0 on the season, does Williamsville. As the final in this contest is going to be 49-13. The Bullets for the victory.
Who's Williamsville have next week?
Well, you know, Justin, I was going to look that up. If it had just given me a half a more second, I've still got a minute and 24, to be honest, to figure that out. A good broadcaster would have been prepared for that question.
Yeah.
But instead, I'm going to take a second and thank you for all of your hard work today on the stats. Really doing a nice job keeping up with everything. You only had to take your left shoe off a couple of times to count those extra yards out. And hey, it's going to be a game next week. They're at Stanford Olympia.
Yeah.
They have Stanford Olympia and Athens in back-to-back weeks.
Battle of state-ranked 3A teams right there.
Yeah, I was looking for an update possibly on that Athens game, as it was 6-6 the last time we saw. And the final seconds ticking off the clock here.
They'll have to take a knee one more time.
Have to run one more play.
Unmas. And that'll do it.
Well, we'll do it.
And this one, final in the contest as we head to the Blessing Health System and Illini Community Hospital post-game show. It's Williamsville 49, Pittsfield 13. We're back with final stats and analysis after this.
Once or twice a year, I might get the cold or a flu, and my wife calls it the man flu. So you know what that is.
Yeah. What do I love about our team? We have a good chemistry. We all work together.
I mean, come on. I've got the best job in the world. Sometimes they say, oh, I like to do handstands.
Yeah, I taught Brian how to do the handstand. That's all right.
And every day, I mean, it's a fun day.
Yeah, it definitely makes me proud to be here.
Trucks LLC, your top diesel repair center in the greater 6-county area, is now located in their new building in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Anytime you need diesel repairs, from on-the-road emergencies to regular maintenance, just call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044. Or go to Trucks LLC on Facebook. Trucks LLC will make your diesel engines run loud and proud. When you think diesel repair, think Trucks LLC in Pittsfield.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
Prairie Land FS provides complete seed and application service. Our trained energy specialist, along with our crop specialist, can help you take your farming to the next level. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
When I'm driving in my car with my family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and 4 of us are driving a car, we literally get excited when we see a dot truck. It's actually a sense of pride.
Why I would encourage anyone to work at Dot. We take care of each other.
The company continues to grow and expand.
That to me is what brings me to work every day and that I enjoy.
Diversity, culture, family, all of those things, if you want them, you should be at Dot.
Welcome back on the post-game show presented by Blessing Health System and Illini Community Hospital. Since 1942, Illini Community Hospital has been serving the area with high-quality medical care close to home. Learn more at IlliniHospital.org and about all of the Blessing Health System offerings at blessinghealth.org. Final in this contest, the Pittsfield Sockies fall to Williamsville. 49-13 is the final in the ball game here tonight, as Williamsville got the running clock in the third period, and then the Sockies got one more score on the board, but Williamsville got down, looked like they're going to score again, just took a knee to kneel this one out and win this one to move to 3-0. 49-13 the final, and Pittsfield drops to 0-3. They return to Glen C. Smithfield next week. Tomorrow for practice, next week for a game. That's what I was trying to say if John, you'd let me finish.
Sorry.
That game will be at 7 o'clock against the Pretzels on homecoming night for the Sockies. Here on the post-game show, we'll take a look at some final stats. They're brought to you in part by Waters Concrete, Tim Waters and Company. They offer quality concrete for your new builds, driveways, decorative patios, sidewalks, anything with concrete. It's Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. 309-252-1052 for Waters Concrete. And with a look at some of the highlights in this contest, as far as the statistics go, here's Justin Poor.
Pittsfield Sockies, they came out the second half and they tried to fire off, but started with that interception and kind of just took the wind out of their sails after that. In the second half, rushing, we had 13 carries for 59 yards, 26 carries, 103 yards for the game. Foster ended with 37 yards. Jesse Davidsmeyer ended with 34. Javen Petty ended with 7. Carter Frazier, -7 yards. McKelvey Moore, 5-yard run. Jake Ocker had an 18-yard run late in the second half. Jonas Anderson had a loss of -4 yards. And Jaden Moore ran for 3 runs for 13 yards. On the receiving side, Javen Petty had 15 attempts and completed, 9 of those. No, 8 of those, I'm sorry. 8 completions on 15 attempts for 38 yards, and Jonas Anderson had 1 attempt for 18 yards. Connor Allen, 2 catches for 9 yards. Lyon Foster had 1 catch for -2. Carter Frazier had 4 catches for 25 yards. Kelby Moore had 1 catch for 6 yards, and Taylor Graham had 1 catch for 18 yards. Penalties, not too bad. 5 penalties for 25 yards. Overall, not a terrible night for the Sockies. Defensively, we just could not stop Williamsville.
No, Williamsville was definitely effective on the offensive side. Cates in the backfield. Lideker at the wideout spot. Keller also had a couple of big touchdown catches on the evening, and the difference in total yardage is fairly vast in this one.
Oh, yeah. Josh Cates alone had 239 yards passing and 106 yards rushing. So
it's a pretty good night, boys.
Yeah, 345 yards, just that one man.
Just 345 all-purpose yards, that's it.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Anybody else? How did Lideker finish? He had a lot of catches tonight.
Yeah, Lideker 12 catches for 139 yards, and Braddock Cates had 17 rushes for 85 yards. And Caden Kohler?
Yes.
He had 4 catches for 96 yards. Broke off a couple of really big plays.
Some definite playmakers here for this Williamsville squad, but none better, I don't think, tonight than Joshua Cates. He's going to be our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones financial advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why he's a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. Go over that stat line once again. How many total yards did he account for tonight?
What did I say? 345 total yards. Not to mention he had 2 picks tonight too.
Wow.
From the safety spot. And I don't know how many yards kicking the ball.
He's kind of a
slash. He's a modern day slash.
He's kind of a Swiss Army knife out there for him, isn't he? As the Bullets move to 3-0 on the season, Saki's dropped 0-3 again. They'll be home next week against New Berlin. That's going to do it from Paul Jenkins Field. Might even have to call it Stadium now. The Bullets beat the Sakis 49-13 for John Hall and Justin Poor. I'm Charlie Hull, thanking you for joining us tonight on another Central Illinois Sports presentation.